We are paused again.
The lights are too strong, Shannon. Everyone has been learning from 33, of course, who's very bothered by the lights.
We talk about this a lot, and we joke about it, of course, that 33 hates the lights every time. There's truth to it. He's literally started this trend. What is that all about? Why are players so picky these days?
People like playing in their dark room, Shannon. Then you get to the stadium and like, what is this? These are real lights.
It's too powerful for our eyes. But yeah, we have MOUZ versus Team Spirit in this game one of this 2-game series. You picked in the pregame Spirit to win this.
I technically didn't pick them, but I spoke very highly of them.
I mean, we don't need to repeat what you said. People can go back into the VOD and decipher that.
Yep.
I believe the word stink was in there somewhere.
For one of the teams. You go figure. No, but Spirit are, of course, you know, they did qualify to TI. They had a very good TI qualifier run. They are very strong. And not only that, they have Miposhka, who is one of the GOATs, you know, back as, you know, in their coaching staff. So you can see it in, like, a lot of their drafting, and I think also just, like, the overall confidence. And if you look at MOUZ, you know, their TI qualifier run, it didn't look very inspiring. I think they lost in the second round of the lower bracket. And I think also, you know, you lose the TI quals, you go here, and it's like after this, there's a big break. So it depends also a lot. Are you still motivated? What are you playing for? Obviously, you are here, so you will give it your best. But I don't think that they're the favorites here.
So as we're still in this pause, of course, we're eventually going to get the camera back on you, Toro. I do have a question for you.
The haircut?
What is his natural hair color? Do you even know?
I would have... Is it light brown or something?
Light brown. So this is more blonde at the moment, right? We're going to eventually get to it.
We'll get there.
That's Boom, of course. His classic hairdo. One of the best in Dota, I will say.
A very nice, like, natural, good hairdo.
Yeah, I like the half-rows, as we call them. Not afro, it's an H in front, just so you know.
Today I learned.
That's right.
We're in pause number 7, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it actually unpaused like 3 or 4 different times while Shiva and company were talking.
They did a good job. I was listening.
That was
all the way
good,
through.
Phil. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, you thought it was being unpaused, but we're back again.
We will eventually get to Yatoro's phase, which is, of course, the important part.
Eventually. It's 1 out of 10. You'd think it would be a higher % chance for that to happen, but so far, no good.
But it does seem like it's mid-1 at the moment. Because he has, like,
he doesn't have his headphones on or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to it eventually, but I mean, mid-1, what a story for him, though. This last year, coming back from, I feel like I don't even remember what he was doing the last 5 years because I think he came out of like semi-retirement at one point. He was on some teams that didn't do particularly well, and then they win a tournament.
I mean, he definitely took like a very prolonged break, and I think then he played in like SMG, and that didn't work too well. Like, he may have even played with no one, I think, in like a TI qualifier if they were both in SMG at the same time.
There he is. There's Yatoro, by the way.
There he is. I mean, that's not his natural.
No, I don't think it is.
Ain't no way. I mean, bro he's got a different type of hairstyle every year. Whether it's
awesome.
blonde, it's bald.
Yeah.
He'll have a wig next year.
I think I interviewed him not too long ago asking what his favorite hairdo was.
What was it? The blue one?
I don't remember, which is why there's no point at this story.
Why are you saying it?
It was relevant. Well, plus, when you get old, you start to tell a story, and then you realize midway, no pun intended with mid-1 here on the screen, that you don't remember, and you think it'll come. Because when you're younger, it just comes to you if you forget something. Like, you talk about it, it eventually comes, but not
That's why you tell great stories.
Thank you.
You start them.
The story has now ended, just so you know, in case you were wondering.
Just like this potential technical pause should come to an end soon.
I'm not convinced of that, actually.
I'm convinced.
What do you think Laurel is clicking there when the game is... Oh, it's not paused anymore.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. Sorry about that. As we get into the game officially, this is the longest portion of the game so far without a pause, so we'll just assume that they're good to go. And Cogs from Root. Going to block off any attempt to go to the high ground there. Looks like it'll just be mostly trades of bounties. Yep. So looking at these lineups, what stands out to you? The panel talked about Klinks being the 6th in line in this range carry meta that we're seeing right now. What do you think of that hero right now?
The hero's quite good. I think also when you look at, you want tempo very often, I think especially from the safe lane. And also when you have clock 5, you want these range carries that they also mentioned. So I do like Klinks quite a lot. I think first of all, physical damage is amazing, especially against Viper. Also like having the death pack later to give yourself some HP to like further sustain into this is very good. But I do like that MOUZ, they have a ton of tempo in this game. Like mid Earth Spirit, safe lane Monkey King, these are heroes that want to rotate, that want to play quickly. Because if you look at Spirit, like offlane Doom is very greedy. This hero needs time.
Yeah. We see Collapse playing the Doom here. One of the best Dooms in the world, I would say. No doubt about it.
I mean, it's like him and 33 and Amar, I think, would be like the best Dooms in line.
I feel like Amar has started this trend of just the greedy offlane Doom, where you just go Radiance no matter what. Like, your game can be atrocious and he still goes Radiance, and it somehow works out a good portion of the time. Chrysalis, of course, playing his signature Monkey King. How often do we see this hero these days?
Not that often, because you do need to be a specialist. The hero has received quite a few nerfs over the time. I'm also interested to see which item build he will go for. Like a while ago, you know, the Mage Slayer into the Desolator, like the early items that allow you to keep going, which is naturally how the hero wants to play. I would assume is still what you want to do. But Chrysalis, he's the GOAT of this hero. Whatever build he goes for, that's what you should be doing.
But when I think of Chrysalis, I think of Razor still, after all these years.
I mean, it's like Razor, Monkey, Bloodseeker. I think those are like...
I forgot about Bloodseeker, yeah.
Because the hero's pretty dead.
Yeah.
They gotta do something for that guy.
One day. When they bring back Facets.
Oh yeah, that will definitely happen. Up top.
Yeah, we got the Cogs place. Nice bounce back onto Yamich. Yatoro looking to get the first blood of the game, and he will on the Clinks. Definitely a good start for Team Spirit. That's exactly the hero you want to see the first blood gold go to.
Yeah, that is definitely a big one. Because in this top lane, like Viper Tusk can do quite well. It's a very skill-heavy matchup. I would give a slight favor to the Clinks and the Clock overall. I just think they have easier 2v1 capability. But if the lane stays even, it just makes it easier for your Earth Spirit and for Monkey King to rotate later, which they talked about before on the panel, and it is very important for this early game.
Top CS in the game, though, right now is on mid 1, which we haven't really talked about him in that mid lane, which we'll get to in just a moment with that Earth Spirit play. Love to see
some
that
bowling
hero
action.
Back. And it's bottom lane, a little bit of back and forth with the right clicks, but not too much to write home about. But yeah, 18-3 right now for mid 1. How good is the Earth Spirit these days?
I think he's quite good. The hero also received like a lot of like small buffs patch after patch. Basically all his level 1 skills are better. He gained like 1 base strength, I think, in the last patch. Then in this patch they buffed his innate, where you get more percentage damage from your stones. So I think overall Earth Spirit is, first of all, a very fun hero to watch, and second of all, he's just very good right now.
It feels like it's been years since we've seen this. As Not Me getting extremely low as Collapse under the cover of the tier 1 tower will survive. Chrysalis has the Jingu stacks up, but no Boundless Strike for 10. So we'll put the aggression to an end here. The Spirit do have to be a bit careful.
I mean, it's very, very good for MOUZ. You want to like get all these resources out of the Spirit heroes. Like even now, if the 4-minute rune comes, I think Not Me can't really like go over there that easily. Even here, like you have Chrysalis who's giving the Lotus to Panto. I think it's nice when you do this in the early game because your support can also TP like elsewhere. You know, maybe there's a play mid, he can TP, like fill up mid one with the Lotus. So all these small things, I like them from MOUZ here.
And Bane definitely a good hero for the TPing in terms of assisting early on with Nightmares.
And it's also like with the buffs they gave Earth Spirit, I like that people have gone, it's a different build nowadays. You don't really get the roll early on. I often see even Magnetize being skipped level 6. You just get high levels in the kick, high levels in the silence. They just deal a lot of damage early on.
Now top lane, Yatoro, despite getting that first blood, gets dove under the tier 1 by Yamich. Will claim that kill. The Cogs, not quite enough. Bowling, one more. Gonna sidestep it, pops the Lotus just in case as well.
Oh, what a hero. I love Clockwork. What a freaking hero.
A nice blood grenade onto 2 heroes in the bot lane, Not Me. Jingu stacks will come to fruition with the Boundless Strike to finish the job for Chrysalis. Relatively good start from both carries, despite Yatoro dying. Net worth not too shabby at the moment.
Yeah, the top lane is, like you're saying, even with the kill, like now they don't have lane control in this lane. Both other lanes are going very well for MOUZ. I would not be surprised if, you know, within this first nighttime, maybe you help mid one on the 6-minute rune and then you can start talking about, okay, you go to this Clinks lane and you do overwhelm it. Because MOUZ, they've got the perfect draft in this early game to make that happen.
Haven't talked about Boom yet on the Viper. Does this just feel like we have to hold that thought. Yatoro under the tier 1 TP from Not Me to try to assist. Yatoro's kind of standing his ground. Cogs, though, Nice placement with the bowling to continue. Now Boom and company on the run of the high ground. They get some reinforcements in the form of Crystallis, though, on that Monkey King. Jingu stacks onto Yatoro with the Boundless Strike. That's the second death for Clinks in this game already. And Not Me gonna follow suit, so great rotation from MOUZ as they claim 2.
Oh, that is good stuff. That's exactly what they should be doing. Like you do well on your safe lane, and you want to use your small advantages for something. Suddenly there's 4 heroes in the top lane, minute 540, and this is amazing. Clinks does not want this early game.
Yeah, Ruin in a lot of trouble now. Not gonna be able to get the Lotus, and unfortunately for him, will just be dropping to the deck as Boom gets credit for that one. Mid 1. Gonna apply a little bit of pressure in the mid lane, but Laurel will be fine. So despite getting the first blood from Spirit, it's been all MOUZ in terms of hero kills so far, resulting in this 1K lead.
And it's very, very good. I also like there's a small thing here where Yatoro did not TP to the safe lane tower. I think if he did, it is so easy for MOUZ to just double gate because you know that he's stuck there. He's currently just jungling and like slowly making his way over to the safe lane, and this is all from the small things that MOUZ are doing here in this early game.
Would you like to retract what you said in pre-game?
Not yet. People can obviously play very well, and they are, but Spirit, they need time. I mean, they're heroes, they're greedy. They're supposed to kind of get their asses kicked a little bit here, Shannon.
Yeah.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
That's part of the plan then, is to get your ass kicked just a little bit during the early stage.
Yeah, it's very normal. They enjoy it.
Brew will be able to claim the Wisdom Shrine. Nightmare. With some reinforcements here. Nice telekinesis onto 2 other heroes. A great 3-man stun, essentially. He's collapsed, though, with that tag team getting slow to a crawl. Cogs come out as well. Crystallis, he gets rolled on. Will drop as mid 1 kills off Collapse. They're going to get the Rubik as well. Crystallis somehow staying alive throughout all of this. And Rue likely to be the 3rd death if they want to continue on here. Mid 1, pretty damn tanky. He gets the double kill, and that's 3 more kills for MOUZ. And they don't even lose the Monkey King. Mr. Crystallis survives throughout all of it.
I think they're just currently outplaying them. I think even with the very nice lift from Not Me to like try and slow down this play overall, they're just bringing reinforcements. Like they even had a purge creep on Collapse to like take off the Jingu, but he just got a secondary one, kept fighting. Now 8-minute rune.
Laurel already waning rip. They actually delete Panto right off the bat. The telekinesis, a nice break onto the coil with the cogs to follow. Mid 1 is so tanky, though. Starting to run out of mana. Illusory Orb will get some vision. Rolls onto the low ground. Will be able to get away as a result. Meanwhile, Collapse killing off Crystallis off camera. Looks like Doom was expended for this.
Oh, that's a
huge kill.
He must have got the 6 like on the wave and then surprised him, because there's no way you just die straight up seeing that he got his level 6 available.
Yeah.
But even going back to the mid play, like Laurel is so good on Puck. If he gets slept there by Bane, which is very likely for it to happen, it's nighttime, Bane sees you first, but he was just ready with the silence and the phase shift, and they just turn it around.
Well, Spirit.
Top tower is under attack.
Big kill, bringing them back into the game, if you want to call it that.
No, absolutely.
How much this early game shenanigans from these teams, how much has it changed in the last few months in terms of... I feel like there was a point of time where winning early game, you win game.
It still matters so much, just because the overall...
Do you think it's overtuned still in that regard?
I don't know, because it favors like good gameplay. Like I think good Dota gameplay, like whether you have a late or early lineup, you can make these moves through the gate, and I think it just comes from playing well. So I don't know if it's necessarily overtuned. I think it's just a good way of using an advantage. So I'm a big fan of it. I like this a lot. Even this, like they push out the bottom lane, they go for a 2-man smoke with their Monkey King and Panto, because they know that Yatoro, he's not laning.
Yep, that is true. Applying some pressure here, Boundless Strike with the snowball. Does clip him, a nice shards as well. Attempted TP, but the grip from the low ground keeps him in place. Completely out of mana now as well. And Yatoro will be claimed by Crystallis again. Meanwhile, mid lane, Coil onto the Earth Spirit, mid 1, in a bit of trouble, but the Viper Strike coming out from Boom. That's a very nice placement there. Able to roll out just in time. There's a 2K lead, and it's going to get worse now for Spirit as they lose a second hero. And guess who's still pursuing? It's Crystallis with the Jingu stacks up. They're going to have to focus on Rue, it looks like, although a little bit speedy. Mid 1 with the roll, almost connecting, not quite the range. And he will be found eventually. Takes some time, but a third kill going the way of MOUZ. This has been a very back and forth game, as the neutral is not going to assist Spirit in this case.
No, MOUZ came to play and I love it. They're like literally everywhere. They kill people in the safe lane, they go smoke, then afterwards they show in the mid lane, and they have very good wards too. Like they're doing a great job at shutting down Yatoro. It's not very often you see Yatoro have this poorly of an early game. Like he's bottom net worth of the course by honestly quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's after first blood too. That's pretty insane.
I'll check after the game how many times you will say first blood.
First blood. Remember that first blood he got and then they just lost?
Yeah,
crazy.
I've
Crazy
hearing
how that
about
happened.
it quite a bit. He's quite low level though on Crystallis, I'm not gonna lie. He had a very good early game and I love all his moves, but he is only level 6. Of course that one kill earlier from Collapse did matter quite a lot.
Some pressure on the tier 1 now. With that siege, should be able to claim this for the MOUZ side. As Boom will be working towards his Hurricane Pike. And Chrysalis, like you said, not the greatest in the level department, is going for the Battle Fury. Do you like the Battle Fury here?
I mean, it's interesting. I would have expected him to maybe play a bit more on like the overall tempo with like either a Mage Slayer or a Deso. But maybe it's like some anti-Doom thing. I mean, you can beat Doom either by tempoing or also by playing for like a later stage game where you get yourselves like the Aegises. And I think they don't currently have the best Aegis like holders in their draft. So I think maybe turning yourself into a hyper carry and hoping that you will get, you know, the Roche kills later with a Fury and then Aghanims. I can see it. And again, like I said, this guy is the GOAT of Monkey King. You don't question his itemization. You don't.
Okay, all right. I hear you. Laurel will secure the haste rune here. 3k lead now for MOUZ.
Oh, the Rue is level 4. This
Yeah, the supports are
good.
struggling quite a bit. Especially not having that hook shot. Kind of a big deal in terms of not just initiation, but even just canceling a Bane grip or something to that effect from afar.
Yeah, because for now, MOUZ are doing a good job at like holding the area kind of nicely. I mean, Boom has 1500 HP and 1500 HP and he has high levels and like corrosive. It's not that easy for him to die. But it looks like Spirit, they do kind of want to fight back here, but I'm pretty sure Collapse just showed on this wave.
Yep, smoke from Spirit. Boom might be the recipient. In the tree line, Yamich is spotted first, so they do get the coil onto the Viper. And now the Doom comes out, and they're going to be able to clean up 2 heroes here relatively easy. I say that, but actually Collapse is going to die throughout this, so not a freebie after all. The Viper Strike doing quite a bit.
It's still overall a good play from Spirit. You can't really allow MOUZ to hold the map like this. And the other thing that matters too when you play Rubik like this, because he did get Viper Strike, but currently Chrysalis is on him.
Yeah, first Wukong's command of the game. Secured for the Rubik. Telekinesis, though. Is that enough? Not me. Actually will be able to get out.
Even without killing him, this was a big deal. Like, Not Me actually had Viper Strike stolen from Boom. Like, making sure that he had to trade that away is actually... That's a win in itself.
14-minute wisdom about to pop, so Chrysalis, I would assume, is going to try for this, especially with the Bane nearby.
Yeah, they should be holding this, especially also with mid one, like, leaning over. It does mean that they're giving up the active rune, which does make some of these moves a bit easier.
Rocket Flare does give vision, but of course not level 6, so don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, like, they have no coil, they have no doom, you don't even have your ult on your clock. It's not that easy for them to fight back right now. Let's hold
Tier
that,
1
Laurel.
from MOUZ. TP, Laurel gets off a coil onto 2. Ori at half HP is collapsed. He gets punched in the air. Silenced as well. He's just dead before the fight even begins. They get Panto, so it's a trade, but not the one you're looking for if you're Spirit. And the question is, can MOUZ get out intact as mid one with the Magnetize? Going to try to 1v3 this as the rest of his team attempts to get out. So they do find mid one on the outskirts of this fight. And the hook shot finally from Rue, level 6. Couldn't come at a better time.
No, that's one of the small things. Like, because you're leaning so many heroes on this bottom side, Lars just gets a free rune. If he doesn't pick up an amplify rune there is no way he's gonna make that read and the call of, yo, let's defend this tower. Because it looks weird how Collapse went in at first, but it just works out for Laurel.
And they're gonna use this pressure to force out the fortification, but with TPs now, MOUZ should be able to defend this for a little bit. As we see a replay with that damage rune from Laurel. But Collapse just couldn't get anything off.
It did look very sus how he initially ran in. Maybe he could have backed off a bit earlier, but honestly, without him using his body like this, you don't really have like, you know, Lara wouldn't be able to continue fighting, and Rue also just gets level 6 in the middle of the fight because Lara is killing, like, everyone.
I love the slow motion there. Up to the support kill. Good stuff.
That's very good right clicks, you know, they got him.
Yeah, we did have a brief pause, but
and we saw the side view of Yotoro's new haircut. Of course,
it looks good.
It does look good.
I think this is my favorite in terms of haircut. Goes for him.
How about hair color?
Haircut. I mean, I like the crazy stuff for him.
Me too.
Like teal.
The teal was good. Didn't he also have silver at some point? I feel like
that sounds right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's gone through.
If there's anyone who's done it, it's him.
The entire rainbow is at his disposal. So, although I don't. Have we seen black? I'm not sure.
I don't think so. Well, he'll get there. Like next TI, next EWC.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so mid tier 1 is what they're aiming for again, and they've got so many heroes here. So maybe also contesting the active rune here will be an arcane rune for Mr. Mid 1.
Rue trapped in a bit, but gets off the cogs.
Nice
hook
hook.
shots to his teammate to survive. And Boom now with that Hurricane Pike having a ridiculous range on the auto attacks for this tier 1. Panto wrapping around. Oh, nice roll. He actually ran into that one. Not me deleted, and tier 1 will follow suit.
It's a good read, and I like that they're not using 5 heroes here. Like, you know, Crystallis with his Fury, he's still farming, as Panto is trying to run after people a little bit. He currently has a Crimson Guard queued up on the Bane. That's very much a super not normal item for Bane to go for. You know, potentially reading into, okay, we're having a very good early game. The only way we die later is by, like, right clicks from the puck and also the clings. So I can see it. But I'm a bit surprised that he's already committing. Like, usually, sometimes you will have, like, people waiting, you queue it up, you see how the next few minutes go, but he's confident that their next minutes are going to look really good.
Yeah, I would assume that Aether Lens is almost a go-to for every game on Bane, but we'll be going for that if the queue is correct in his inventory. We're going for that after the Crimson.
I mean, it will help his team tremendously. Like, if you look at heroes like Earthspirit and Viper, the only way they struggle in fights is if they cannot stand their ground and if they cannot stay within the fight. So Crimson is amazing to offset that.
Smoke from MOUZ. Do not want to go for Not Me if they can help it. But they might be forced to claim a support. Either him or Rue. But no, they just back away, get some wards down.
MOUZ should know that there's a ward left behind, otherwise there was no way for Not Me to steal a spell there. So I'd be surprised if they don't kill that ward later on. I'm telling you.
Gets the silence, but the Boundless Strike gets the silence off. But they're going to be able to silence him in turn, and Crystallis gets the kill onto Laura. That's a 3x kill streak ended, so more gold for him. That's more than the first blood that was on Yotoro earlier.
At the start of the game. Very important, of course.
Have to bring that one up.
Yeah. It won't be the last time, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I think for this game, the meme is Yotoro First Blood and
Collapse.
the lights.
For me, it's also Collapse killing Monkey King. I will mention that multiple times.
Okay. We never got to see it, though, so.
We'll see it later, in post.
Blink Dagger now for Collapse.
Hey, he's got the Vanguard completed. Now Greedy and Champion, of course, as well on Panto, so that will help him with getting the Crimson later.
Yeah, you love these greedies.
I've talked about this like 2 EWCs ago, 1 EWC ago, and I'll talk about it this one as well.
And you still want it deleted.
Or nerfed. I think it's too good. Like, there's no drawback. I think it does change the fact a lot. Because gold on supports, I think it does more. Like, 1k gold on a support is way more impactful than 1,000 gold on, like, a core. Like, even if you look at Tusk in this game, like, Yamage is going to have very good timings on his items. Even when a Tusk is on the losing side, he can always play for an Agams later and kick people back. That is a win condition in itself.
So what if it doesn't just lower your attack damage, but your spell damage?
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because supports don't kill creeps with right clicks anyway. Like, they just run around, they have good positioning. You know, you nuke some creeps here or there. So, yeah. If they're listening, that would be a cool change.
I feel like it's been long enough that they're just going to be stubborn about it. As Mid One kills off Ruby, he's going to be greeted by Doom himself. Getting right-clicked, he's going to tick down. It's going to be pretty close here.
Not enough, I think. Absolutely not.
And Snowball just to mitigate a little bit more of that damage. But yeah, no kill for Collapse. Instead, he'll find Crystallis, who gets a couple right-clicks in, but not going to commit any further. Yotoro has his shard, so he'll be farming away. About to finish. I believe the Death Slow is actually on the way. So this is now potentially the time to fight for Team Spirit.
Not me. Doing some rolling around.
Yeah, they find themselves a little Rubik action.
you can definitely tell with how Spirit are playing that they don't want to fight at all. Like, it's not normal that you go Shard before Desolator on Klings, but they want to just play the map, delay it out, even collapse. He's one of the few Dooms that goes the Shard very early on. You eat the Ancient Black Dragon, you get the Splash, you get the Fireball, and you just keep scaling that way. So I think Spirit are making the best out of a really bad situation.
Playing on the defensive, as some would say.
Yep.
So at what point will they be ready to fight? So Yatoro, like what item? He's going for Hurricane Pike next.
I think for them, it's more about finding an enclosed space. I think what you want to do here, if you're Spirit, is you want to try and split up MOUZ a little bit with like this annoying map play. Puck goes to one side lane, Klings goes to one side lane. So I would say it's more about finding like a 2v3 or a 5v4 where MOUZ aren't quite together and just continuing to scale. I don't see a specific item timing currently. I think they're happy just like dragging out the game.
I mean, Spirit late game is something to... I mean, it's not the same team, of course, but...
Same aura.
Yeah, they have that vibe about them for sure. And Collapse. Will be spotted here momentarily by Crystallis, but... does have some distance. Boundless Strike hits. Wukong's command to follow. Hookshot going to try to mitigate a little bit here. He gets stuck inside the Ice Shard, but Collapse is going to be fine. And now on the run is MOUZ, potentially. Get coiled onto the snap as... Crystallis turns into a soldier temporarily. Able to get the stun though onto the clockwork rather. So support for support. Nothing too much to write home about. A Boundless Strike onto 2. That was not exactly the plan for Collapse.
That was nearly... I think he was very close to like Blink dooming him there, but does jump into the Boundless. But just a 1-for-1 for now. I think MOUZ should be aiming for like a Roach kill soon, even though you don't have like a Desolator or you don't have the best right-click damage. Since you have Tusk in your lineup, it is very easy to kill Roach.
Crystallis with the BKB, going to be going for Scotty next.
Yeah, his build, like overall, he's not the strongest yet. Like when you go Fury on BKB, it's not a very impactful build. It's more about then like your third item and your fourth item where the damage really comes out. Like even with the Scotty next, it makes him more tanky and it gives them more like survivability in the fight and like slowing people down. But his real strength will be on like his fourth item.
Right.
Maybe some Daedalus afterwards.
Oh. Roche is being attempted by MOUZ as Spirit. Can they contest? No. Boom will get the first Aegis of the game. As Laurel, they want to get at least something out of this. They'll coil the Bane. We'll get the kill as a result as Collapse continuing to chase here. Yamich going to connect with Crystallis. Crystallis like, no, get me the fuck out of here. Not interested in that, bro.
That could have... It did look sus for like a moment, but at least he did get out pretty quickly. Okay, so they do lose Roche, but they do get a kill, and what's important is that the way that Spirit get to play right now, they get to push back the map a little bit. They got one deep ward into the triangle, they're pushing in mid and top a little bit, and most importantly, Yatoro is getting to push bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The lead's not exactly growing, so I think Spirit are going to be relatively comfortable here as long as Yatoro doesn't die, because he got that first blood goal. Don't want to give that away at this point in the game.
Of course, it will be very detrimental to them.
Boom. Has the Aegis. Wukong's command stolen from a while ago on Not Me. They doom him. So that's going to be life number 1. The question is, are reinforcements coming?
They are slowly. Monkey King above.
And Collapse. Oh, he's going to be greeted by Monkey King. Tusk Snowball as well. That is going to be an easy trade. So Aegis for Doom as Klink's still in a lot of trouble. Yatoro has to stand his ground. Laurel tries to help him out, but it's not going to happen. Yatoro bites the dust to Boom. Crystallis showing off that BKB. They're going to find Rue as well. So in the end of this, it's a 3-for-1. You want to count the Aegis on top of that. Looks like a fourth will bite the dust for the Spirit side as well. So double kill for mid 1. And now Boom, you can see he has that shard, so can start mowing down these buildings.
I do love that pickup. Like Viper Shard overall, it's been good for years, but it's only as of like, I would say half a year ago where people really start abusing it. It's so good to take down these towers, and
Boom is really focused there.
Oh yeah, he's laser focused. You have to question also that Spirit went for that go on Boom there in the mid lane. Like, sure, you know the Clinks isn't there, but all like, you know, Earthspirit is far down.
Oh, the cancel. Silence to follow. Magnetize as well. Yamich on the way.
Who's that?
Laurel dead to mid 1. What? It is a trade. Chrysalis.
Collapse does it again. Kills Monkey came off the screen.
Well, that's pretty consistent, have to say.
Well, still overall, the MOUZ are doing a very good job. Like, they're taking over the map. They did kill the mid tier 2. Sure, you did lose Chrysalis again in the top side, but his net worth is still, you know, on the top of the charts. They get a very nice kill on Lar with mid 1. So I do like what MOUZ are doing.
I mean, the benefit of not going to Deso or like this early game build for Chrysalis, the snowball build, as it were, is these deaths don't mean as much because you're going to have that ability to farm when you're back, more so than you would have before.
And they're having all this tempo anyway, like even without the Deso. So you can see why he went for the Fury build. And it's also now you're having this Crimson Guard very soon on Panto. Like he's gonna finish it within like the next 1 minute, and it's gonna make it very hard for Spirit to fight. I think it's gonna make it even more evident to them that they don't want to fight into MOUZ head on.
Now there's a damage rune top. I believe MOUZ will eventually claim this. Mid 1 will spot it in just a moment. Although, not me, denies it. Nicely done for him. It's going to cost him his life, but probably worth it. I mean, debatable.
Debatable to me. I feel like this Amplify rune, it's good, but on Earthspirit, I don't know. It's more about like the follow-up of this game, because now when you like losing a hero in this position, it really allows MOUZ to go like one step deeper on the map. Like you kill the top tier 2, you end up taking the enemy outpost, which they could do already anyway, but I think it's more natural. You kill the top tier 2, you move over, and honestly, they can poke high ground pretty soon if they want to. Like with Viper Shard and, you know, Pike available, it's not the biggest committal.
Yeah, they have 2 out of the 3 tier 2s down as another potential death for Laurel. Gets punched in the air, the hook shot from Rue to try to save him. BKB pop from mid 1. The illusory orb away. Rue is going to be the sacrifice, it seems, but at the very least for Spirit, they don't lose the puck again.
Mid 1's owning. Rue did get off a very nice save without the Solar Crest. I honestly think Laurel would have gone down there. But yeah, I mean, mid 1, he's 10, 1, and 8. I think all of their players have had very good movement so far. Right place, right time type of deal.
And Laurel is going to respond with an Eon disc now. He does not get picked off in a couple cases that we've seen. Yatoro.
Any dust? Not quite. Still good to kick these rats out of the map. You don't want Yatoro to just continuously sit down here and keep pushing in the waves.
Only 2 stacks on that Deso so far.
Well, Not Me has Tree Dance. Very enjoyable Rubik gameplay. You just hop around and kill some waves.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Because honestly, it's the same story for Spirit. You don't want to fight 5-on-5. You're down AK gold. There's a Crimson Guard on the Bane.
Nightmare.
Panto, nice catch.
He's got grip. I think it's just a kill.
He's got the A on disc, so he should be okay.
That's true.
Should have still forced it, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. The Doom, though, onto the Earth Spear. He's taking a lot of right-click damage from Yatoro. Pop the BKB onto Collapse. Gonna get telekinesed, but the right-clicks will suffice as Boom takes him out. Meanwhile, you can see eventually mid 1 ticks out to Collapse. So 1 for 1 is Laurel on the run. With the phase shift, being surrounded. Getting to the high ground. Viper Strike's going to be disjointed as Laurel going to disjoint yet another mechanic here. Gets punched into the air, but the right clicks and the damage too much for MOUZ. But this leaves Chrysalis all alone. It feels like he's dying alone very often this game. This time it is not to Collapse, but to Yatoro instead.
Okay, maybe the one death earlier was excusable, but this one, not as much. Spirit are still hunting.
Yatoro sees Boom, not interested in that one.
It's still a 5k lead for MOUZ, but you can tell that it's just not that easy for them to kill these heroes. They did get Laurel, even though he had an A on this, which is nice, but, you know, Yatoro is, you know, climbing back slowly into this game. I mean, that was a good snowball save here by Yamich to also make a bit more time. But other than that, I just think Yatoro got a really good entry like later on into this play. Like, I'm just checking. You have Chrysalis who's running back into the triangle here, so he's definitely got to be careful. Like now he's racked up 3 deaths, and like I was saying before, like with the itemization he's going for, even when the Skadi comes out, I don't think he's that scary.
No, not yet. But you can't question his item build. You said it earlier. Yes.
It's true. But the problem is it's linked to his gameplay. Like when you die like this, then suddenly your items they can look like
Right. That's how you described MOUZ earlier.
I did.
In general.
Let's see how this game continues.
Well, they have a 4K lead, so the lead has been cut into pretty greatly from Spirit. And Yatoro's starting to get online. He's going to run into Chrysalis if this is another kill. Doesn't have the reinforcements though, so just going for the wave cuts, so still not ready to really all-out fight. As he is about 1,000 from the Aghanim Scepter, it seems, with the Burning Army.
Yeah, he will be very strong later. Like Ags and like a Crystallis on him or Daedalus, like full build-up. He'll be very strong then. I did like that MOUZ picked up a gem. I think they're holding it currently on mid one, who's like trying to scout out Yatoro a little bit because you want to amp up the pressure.
Oh my.
He's dead.
Yes, that was the only telekinesis. All right, he's very ambitious play there.
Check him PC on Yamage because that was a nasty snowball, my man.
Panto has the Crimson, by the way. I think we saw that earlier. And still not going for Ace of Wands. Interesting. So opting for the Blink eventually, but very far away from that.
That is one item that while it feels very good, you can definitely question it because I think even without the Crimson, Spirit didn't really want to fight you. So you're building something that I think Spirit are already looking to avoid, whereas like Spirit are looking to play the map, so maybe just going for, you know, the normal trajectory of items would have helped you more. Of course, it's easy to say now, but I think just...
Good news is he can farm now with Brain Sat.
True. Because his team has taken 2 Tormentors very easily. Mid one with the Shivas. We'll see a little bit up to the high ground. I mean, this is something that Spirit are very, very good at.
They're going to have double Scotty. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It does make them very tanky, which is overall good against Spirit. And, you know, double Scotty isn't, like, that bad. But it also means that you don't have the craziest damage output on your heroes.
I thought we'd be seeing more Hearts with Behemoth's Blood.
Heart is a very good item. I think it was Amar who bought it earlier also on Timber. But it's just like that item is ultra defensive. At least for Scotty, you can make a case that you're doing some type of aggression. You have to be careful. Spirit are like the best team at abusing these areas. Well, they have rocket
They
flare.
are. Laurel, Eon, this is going to proc. So you have to use the coil onto the support. Now the Shiva's initiation from mid one. They will clean up this clockwork pretty easily as Boom's still in the pit. And yeah, as long as Collapse is alive, you have to be very wary of the Aegis steals. They're going to jump in with the BKB, going for the Aegis steal. He gets on the outskirts, actually pushes him out, and guess what? Collapse takes the Aegis again. And now he's going to use the first life. Will he be able to stay alive inside this Wukongs? Likely not, but still well worth it for Collapse.
When will people stop, dude? Okay, they're still killing them, so that's pretty good, but...
All right, 3 dead. But still, style points to Collapse as... Well, I mean, we called it. It sounds like it's really smart play. He does it every game. Every game.
He's the biggest thief in, like, the entire world. It's like his Aegis steal rate is off the charts. You just stop hitting it and kill him or find him or do something.
Yeah.
It was still very good for MOUZ, of course, overall to get these kills. They, you know, the lead went from, I think, 4K overall to 7.
Boy.
That's a good one.
Yep, Yatoro, he is dead. Sentry in the right place, right time.
Yeah. Oh,
He's going to be spotted as well. He's like, all right, take me with my carry, please. I will join him in the fountain.
Oh!
Hook shot misses. Spirit Vessel applied. The roll's not going to connect as the puck's going to find the Tusk instead, so Laurel gets something out of this. And mid one just gives up.
Can't believe Rue lived. Even like Laurel even griefed him by not letting him hook onto him. He still gets out. But it was a very good pickoff there earlier onto Yatoro. That's also, when you play against these pesky heroes, you need ops and sentries. Panto is deado.
Yes, he is. Yep. Chrysalis, he wants to fight. It's a 1v3 at the moment, though. Make it a 1v4. Pops the BKB. Not much backup yet, though. Chrysalis. Pop the Essence Distiller on him. Wukong's command to follow. A zoning one, it seems.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
Don't have to worry about the Doom, though. As Rue will be Viper struck and dead. So finally, the clockwork dies.
Boom is still kind of, he's holding it together. He's 10, 1, and 9, doing very, very well on this Viper. So he's got a BKB queued up, and I think his one item after that will also allow him to really start shredding through people there as well. I mean, he's just ready. And it's also against Clock. I still think they had Rocket Flare Vision.
Did he Hurricane Pike himself out?
I think he did.
Oh, boy.
When I looked at it, I was like, oh, maybe Collapse has like a Psychic headband and he pushed him out, but that's not what happened.
No.
That was definitely very early by Boom, so you gotta question that a little bit. Just maybe thought there were more...
Collapse in the pit, I'd be scared shitless.
Oh, me too. I would shit my pants.
Well, there's other reasons for that too.
Oh yeah, you would know.
Yep, that's right. 7K lead for MOUZ now. Very back and forth game.
It is. You've just got a lot of aggression coming out from both sides. But there's a lot of big items that are coming out for MOUZ. I think that even though the lead didn't grow like all that much for them, they're getting a double BKB on both Tusk and Viper. You're getting an Aghanim Scepter on Crystallis, which is like he's starting to ramp up. And the Axe completed with a Crystallis on him, I think that's when he's really starting to become an actual hero in this game.
People are really loving this Congregations of the Deep.
It's so good.
Is it the best stun for Doom?
It's just so good. I think first of all, the AoE is massive.
Yeah.
Second of all, when you have Shard, it makes the your AoE of the stolen spells even bigger.
Oh, hook shot, mid one, in a lot of trouble. Congregations of the Deep on him with the Doom to follow. Pops the BKB, but he is super dead. Snowball not in time. Gonna block off two, going to the high ground. They reinitiate here. Looks like the coil's expended. A lot of trouble as Wukong's command comes out. A lot of damage on the Ruru. Looks like he's gonna drop to the deck. As Crystallis taking some right clicks from afar. As the Wukong's command finally ends. A 2-for-1 at the moment in favor of Spirit. Now another Congregations of the Deep onto Crystallis. Nightmare. Boundless strikes out with that Shard, but the right clicks are enough from Yatoro. Take out the Monkey King, and now Boom, left to his own devices, will be brought down as well. As Team Spirit have come back fully now, officially. Another Congregations from Collapse. It's a full team wipe for Spirit.
Oh boy, mid one cannot die first like that. That's the best target for Spirit with this Doom. And I also found like a Penta wave in the top lane. Like with how this fights, like even the Kling Skeletons, you cannot walk into this area.
Yeah.
And on top of all of this, Lara has an Arcane Rune. Like you cannot ask for a better fight here if you're Spirit. And even they're just kiting. Like Viper and Monkey, even though they're so tanky, their itemization doesn't really give them all that much damage.
Yeah. MOUZ reinitiate after losing mid one to start. Then the Wukong's command gets kited. And then Spirit reinitiate afterwards. They still had plenty of their spells up.
Yeah, I mean, the Grip never really got used. Obviously, Magnetize didn't get used either. He just died in the initial Doom. Understandably so for Yamage that he...
I feel like the way they were playing, it felt like there was a buyback for mid one.
Yeah, but even so, right? You didn't have any tier 1, so
yeah, you couldn't be able to get back that fast.
I guess Yamage was semi-committed because you tried to save him with like the drinking buddies into a snowball. It was very close, but even at that point, you gotta call it quits.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Because they were in a really good position on MOUZ, but now like the lead on Spirit, and at this point with the 2 drafts you're looking at, you do not want to be behind if you're MOUZ. You need to be like slightly ahead for the game to technically be even.
So let's see what kind of itemization we're going to see here in the near future for Spirit. So Deso with 12 charges now. We've seen the Ags already onto the Clinks. Has a Crystallis now, and very close to actually finishing the full Daedalus. As Laurel finished off the Parasma, now has an Octarine Core, and Collapse has also an Octarine Core to go along with a Yule's. Interesting.
Oh boy, they are so strong. Like, he's gonna have a Wind Waker as well. He can like save everyone, and even later, like if there's other stuff coming out, like Collapse can just go in, get the Doom off, get out himself again. You are starting to deal with some problems here as MOUZ. They also lost their gem in their last fight, which was kind of a big deal, especially when you're playing against this Yatoro Klinks who's just ratting you the entire game.
By the way, not gonna question his itemization because this is Crystallis Monkey.
Yeah.
We're talking about that 4th item. It's an Aghanim, so still not really right click.
No, it's very slow. I think for this build to have looked the way that he would have liked, he didn't, like he wasn't allowed to have more than 1 death. Which he received quite early on, of course, off screen against Collapse in the lane.
That's right. But so did Yatoro in that first blood situation.
That's true.
He got that.
But look at his impact.
That's right.
This is interesting. This definitely... Oh, they're feeling the pressure.
Oh my god, they bring him into their base. Doom comes off as well. Coil expended. Now the silence onto the puck in a lot of trouble, actually. But the Eon Disc does proc, and now the Illusory Orb should be good to go. Wukong's command completely wasted now as a result, so MOUZ now have to run. Doom is out.
I mean, Spirit are not done. They're looking for a wraparound.
Oh, absolutely.
Jetpack.
Collapse, looking for the congregations of the deep. Hook shot misses. Mid one in the tree line. He gets congregated. He gets gone on. He gets right-clicked to death by Yatoro. And now Panto looks to be next on the list. As Chrysalis in the tree line. The Tusk does TP out. No way. He does TP out successfully as well. So only 2 kills for the Spirit side, but it's definitely in their favor now. The momentum, the gold.
They need to be able to get a play on like the third Roche that's coming up soon. MOUZ need to be able to strike back. Like look for, maybe you can even get Chrysalis as level 25 for a bigger ring and just like, you know, really take over the area. Because the problem is with them going high ground like that, it shows they're pressured. Like they didn't do it 10 minutes ago when they were ahead.
Yeah.
Instead, they decide to do it after a bad play when they're behind. And Spirit made great use of that. An aggressive 4-step into a lift back, into then the congregations in their own tier 3. That was very nicely played by Spirit.
And Spirit now on the high ground. No tower to defend any longer, so this will be a... I suppose it's going to be a full lane.
They're not posing any defense here. If you're Chrysalis, you're definitely talking about your 25 talent and maybe even your Daedalus, I think, at this point.
I would hope he gets... I mean, maybe he goes another utility item at this rate.
Yeah, then I will question it. then it's time.
What do you think? 4 staff next?
I think Glimmer. Glimmer, very good.
Okay. The jumping onto the Viper. A lot of trouble, and that's another death to Boom. Right off the bat. Has to buy back, so this is a big fight for MOUZ. They need to defend here. Right clicks on the Collapse, being slowed to a crawl. Yatoro, he's completely surrounded right now. Telekinesis to try to save him. Yatoro, he's going to be brought down eventually. 90 seconds on the deck as the Magnetize starting to tick up in favor of MOUZ. Did cost them a buyback. Can they get more? Laurel, able to dodge a little bit here. Has the orb up, able to Waning Rift as well, but a hook shot to try to save him. Congregations onto the Viper. It's going to be a dieback for him. He's not careful. The Doom already applied as well, but there's the big stun onto the puck. Able to get out just in time, but that's 3 dead for Spirit. That's Collapse now, trying to go to the high ground to attempt to run away. He's actually doing a pretty damn good job. Has TP as well, so maybe the Blink TP in vision. Looking for a courier kill in the tree line. The courier's going to be able to spot him relatively shortly. He is
an asshole.
Yes, blink up in 3 seconds with this Octarine core, so he's fine.
That was a big deal, because actually, if they just get a clean kill, or they can straight up go to Roche after, I think that would have been so big for MOUZ. But maybe with all of this, I don't know if they have enough time for it.
I mean, you can't take Roche with Collapse still alive.
That's the problem.
We've learned that.
Because it looked very good initially here, with like, you know, the touch here onto Boom, and they do kill him, of course, but he does get to buyback as mid one. He made a very good judgment call here to just continue going. But again, like if after this, if they can just convert this nicely instead of it turning into like a clown fiesta, because here it's 2 guys are dead, it's 90 seconds on Yatoro. I mean, even Rue gets to like kind of just dance around, hook back and forth. Freaking Collapse. This guy must be so annoying to play against.
At the very least, Boom does not die back there.
Yeah, that would have been trouble.
As Boom will secure Aegis for MOUZ, so Collapse not able to steal a second Aegis in the game. I wonder what the record is in a game. Probably held by him, I would assume.
Absolutely by him.
I mean, he definitely has the most Aegis steals total.
Yeah.
There's no... I don't
There's no doubt about it.
I wonder if that's even a stat.
It should be.
I
Snatched Aegises? Yeah, it absolutely should be.
Yeah, Spirit Smoke, despite not getting this Aegis. They're going to jump in. There's the AoE Doom from Collapse.
With Mute.
Yep. Gets off the Yules as well. They're trying to save mid one, but he is going to be going down here just very shortly inside that snowball. Stays alive just a little bit longer, attempting to run away, but finally ticks out. But Yatoro, he's the one in trouble now.
He's actually dying.
Viper Strike going to be blocked by the Lincolns. Right click as well, but he ticks out eventually. Does have buyback here, but the puck in a lot of trouble. There's a Boundless Strike going to delete him as well. So 4 dead for Spirit. As Rue now hook shots to Ancients to try to get away. It's not happening. A full team wipe for MOUZ.
All right, 3-2-2. That was kind of
very
crazy.
back and forth.
Spirit just walk into this triangle. That was a very cool initial play. Like, Collapse was super slow by the Viper ult, but he decided to Wind Waker himself because it's actually higher move speed to still keep the Doom going on to mid one. But Yamage was very clutch in that fight. Get the drinking buddies with the snowball save to just keep mid one alive. And here you have it. You know, with all the items complete and them actually getting to hit, they've got some power in them.
And buyback for Laurel. Now the big Wukong's command from Crystallis. Is this going to be enough for him to get a full lane as well? So
I mean, they can keep going. You have Viper Shard as well, and like he has Refresher to pop another Monkey ult if you want. Let's see what they decide to do here.
Another buyback. Oh man, Spirit crumbling after having such an amazing comeback. So full lane now for MOUZ. They're not going to stop, like you said. That Shard on Boom, doing a lot of work. He's going to have a Butterfly here too. That's going to be 2 lanes in all likelihood. No collapse for 20 seconds. So these buybacks, if they don't take a fight, are kind of wasted entirely.
Yeah, I don't think they're getting anything from this. They're looking on Boom. Even if they go on him, he's got an Aegis.
Yeah. So a lot of gold ends up just going into the toilet for Spirit.
Well, I guess what the buybacks did give you is that, well, the game didn't end, because I'm pretty sure they could have gone for Throne. But even so, like now you're down 13k, you lost 2 sets of racks, and they still have an Aegis on Boom.
Well, first game of the day for us is a real doozy, it seems.
This is some good stuff. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Also, Yamage, he's got enough gold available to buy himself an Aghanim Scepter. And that is a big deal. Like, Tusk Ags is so strong.
So Geomagnetic Grip now gets an upgrade thanks to the Shard for mid one. So everybody on MOUZ now has their Shard. They've killed 3 Tormentors, all of them. Not bad.
You also have Panto. He does have an Aghanim Scepter, finally on the Bane as well, which is also incredibly strong. Makes it a lot harder for not me to actually, you know, play around it, potentially get the grip, as you can just cancel it yourself on the Bane, and we'll still keep going.
Does AoE Doom, would that be in range? Is that big enough to cancel all the all the Fiend's grips?
Probably within half a second, yeah. Like if you're quick, because the distance isn't that big. You won't cancel it immediately, but I'm sure you...
Maybe if you get Shivas, it would be big enough?
I think even then you need to walk a little bit after. Right. But it won't take very long for you to cancel it. And yeah, the 3rd lane of racks. You have 1 minute left on the Aegis. They're also controlling the triangle, which means if they have buybacks available, that's also something MOUZ can play for.
Oh, Balance Strike onto 2. The coil as well coming out. Can they actually defend this is the question. There's the AoE Doom, but the right clicks onto Lara. A lot of trouble. Crystallis is going to fall, though, to collapse. He does have buyback as Yatoro trying to run away to the fountain. He's already extremely low as Boom is just slowing him to a crawl. That's a dead Clinks. 2 minutes out of the game for Yatoro. And Boom's gonna go back to the bot side to try to clean up these racks to get the mega creeps. Buyback now coming out from Crystallis. They know. Aegis used. They can connect now. Should be able to get these megas, and that's when Spirit are going to be in real trouble to try to defend.
I mean, it's 100 seconds without Yatoro. I'm not sure how they can. I think you kind of have to give up these megas. They need to do a really good job in like slowing Boom down here. They are trying to for now.
Yeah. They do have a couple sieges. Crystallis with a BKB, a very early one, using the Wukong just to secure the the mega creeps rather. And they'll get it. Now he won't have that BKB for this fight if they're... Maybe they thought that the Clinks had a buyback, potentially.
I think they're just going to chill. They're so happy to just have the Megas, maybe just fall back overall. You get the Aghanims completed as well on Yamage. You can at least wait for Boom to have his own buyback within the next 1 minute, just to like...
So you're really waiting out 60 seconds for Clinks to come back?
I don't think they... Yeah, they're not in a hurry to go end. You took Megas, you're chilling.
Yeah, true.
You could go if you're Psychos.
But it is Spirit.
Yeah, but...
They're the best team against Megas. Hook shot, Rue. Panto looks to be dead.
He's fine.
I got the stun.
He's fine.
I think he died about 5 times there.
Yeah. He would have died 7 times over. I mean, you've got the bauble on Puck, so you've got the infinite scale. The only problem is it's not that great with Mystical, so... Scrap that. That's like a Suns fan story right there. Starting off strong and then don't have a point.
Yeah, good point.
Yep. Keep it up.
Can you tell us how many greedies are in the game still at this point in the game?
Let's see. I mean, whoever hasn't taken the next one. So that's 1 on Bane, 2, because there's 1 on Clock. So only 2.
But 2 at 50, come on, man.
Yeah, it's-
You should be taking those enchantments that like make you stronger, spell damage, like save someone, you know, bam, bam. Instead it's like, I get gold.
Well, neutrals aren't that interesting anymore, though. They've nerfed all of them over the course of
Most
time.
of them. I think there's some cool ones. I like that the Psychic Headband, you can like not only use it aggressively, but also on your teammates. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so I
that
like
one's
that
fine.
one.
Sure. Is that
A Tumblr's toy is cool, you know, little hoppity hop hop. I like that. I mean, Catalyst is
that's an
ultra
early
OP.
game one, though.
Catalyst is giga broke.
I mean,
That item
I'm
is
just
so
salty
cool.
about tier 5s being absolute garbage now.
They could implement a few more that are better. I will definitely agree with that because I think the overall consensus is
Where's
like
my Giants ring? Huh?
you
that
just
was
want
the
you just
best.
want big beefy bros or what?
Yeah, terrain walk. It's so good.
I do like that. I feel you. I do
Horse
like Divine
boots.
Divine Regalia is cool, and Stygian. Those are like some of the best ones.
I mean, Stygian is the best.
yeah, audacious Stygian.
Regalia, I have been very disappointed with, actually. Because
could-
it feels like they just die and then they're just useless.
They could buff it again. I think just to make it like even stronger with like the damage numbers overall. Because I agree, it's like a go big or go home item, and then you die and it's like, oh shite.
Yeah.
Until you get to re-roll it, and then sure, maybe it's fine again. I mean, but let's see. How is Spirit gearing up for this? You want to get a Mjolnir on Laurel. Absolutely the correct choice to go for. But if you're MOUZ, you can just play for the next Roche, and then a potential kickback also with Yamich, who's level 25. So he's pretty happy having a good game. It is one of his absolute best heroes, so not the biggest surprise.
How does this magnetize himself feel to you? The strength level.
I honestly think it's very strong. Like, first of all, he has the 20 talent that makes it like stronger and longer as well, which is nice. And then the 25 where it's on you, it just means that if you use it on people, if they dispel it, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you just stay around with it, they just take damage.
Right. Well, there's a good bait from the Tusk there on the illusion, forcing out a hook shot at the very least. Coil only onto one, and it is just a support. As Collapse jumping in, has to use the Wind Waker on himself. Yamich with the BKB. Other defensive spells used, but not a whole lot of damage to follow suit. Laurel in very deep, another hook shot, this time connecting onto an enemy. Monkey King will be able to skitter away. And yeah, you can see the bottom lane already getting pushed in by these mega creeps. Panto killed off, so something going the way of Spirit, but they have to do a lot more than this.
I'm surprised MOUZ aren't like looking to poke a little bit, you know? Like, look at bottom and top like you're saying. There's Megas already in the base.
Yeah, not me. It's the telekinesis away. Boom already with the
Not a hook
BKB.
shot.
Is Spirit able to take off Yamich as well. So 2 dead for MOUZ. They do buy back onto the Bane, though. Mega creeps are going to town on your buildings, though, so Spirit do have
They
to
gotta
fall
go
back
back.
eventually. Laurel getting chased now by mid 1. Collapse jumping in, gets the
Okay.
AoE Doom as well. Congregations of the Deep to fall, the Force Staff as well. That's a lot of damage,
dead.
and that is the death of the Earth Spirit. Will tick out eventually, as your Toro Company do indeed have to go back to base.
How are they the ones that lowered the gold lead by 7k? They fought in the mid
I mean,
lane
does
for
the gold
1
lead
minute.
even matter anymore?
Not as much, but still. Like, just the fact that you're up against Megas and you can stay so aggressive in this mid lane for like 40 plus seconds, it's quite impressive. 'Cause
Oh,
it's-
wow. That's a Dagon 5 out of nowhere. And Collapse, he feels it in his gut that Roche is being gone on, but a little bit too late. The hook shot
God.
comes in, boom, takes the Aegis in time, Fiend's Grip to follow. And that's the death of the Clockwork. And he's dead for 100, no buyback.
He got the cheese, but yeah, dead for 100 is a big, big deal.
And their support's absolutely horrific at pushing the creeps. Well, I guess you do have Nether Toxin.
I mean, not me has Ags, but it's... They talked about it before too, there aren't like the craziest spells overall to steal. I think like Viper Strike is nice, Nether Toxin now to like D-push is cool. He's got the Nightmare as well, but even then, obviously it's a great spell to like try and save, but it's not the, you know, Black Hole Ravage, Winter's Curse type game.
Yeah.
And I like that Laurel did go for the Dagon 5 here. Like, it is a better item than not that long ago. Like, just having a bit more cast range coming in, I think that was a nice addition to the item.
Oh, forcing out the BKB, so Coil already used, and now the Wind Waker for Collapse. Viper Strike. Oh, boy,
That
gets
was
forced
not
out to the
forced
other
out.
side. Telekinesis to the other side. Being bounced left and right. Will be okay for the time being. Gets the AoE Doom onto the Monkey King, but he's going to be just fine. Chrysalis will be able to withstand this very easily as Laurel does assassinate Yamich. He does not have buyback, so that's 2 minutes out, down and out for him. As the Monkey King's still sticking
kill
around,
him.
he's going to get right. Look at the damage onto.
Okay, they don't have buyback,
They don't
but
have
there's
buyback on
Megas in your
2
creep.
heroes now.
There's megas in your base.
There are megas in your base as the Viper getting taken out, but that's just the Aegis. Double kill for Laurel. As the Clinks has to TP back, the Ancient getting low thanks to just the creeps here. Yatoro trying to turn his sights onto this Viper. Eventually will be claiming Boom. Surely Viper Strike going to be blocked by the Lincolns. Lots of damage coming up, but Yatoro, he's going to fall regardless, so has to buy back instantly. They do take out the Viper. 2 minutes down and out for him, but does have buyback.
What a crazy fight, actually.
This is a crazy game. And Spirit, I mean, they just have to go all in now, surely. I mean, they don't know about the buyback.
No,
Maybe they do. It's 40 seconds timer.
They have to kind of go like aggressive, but you cannot go aggressive enough where either Yatoro is not allowed to go in a position where he can die, because then the game, it ends on the spot. So you can push, but the only ones that can go really aggressive are the ones that actually have buyback.
I haven't seen a mega creep comeback, I think, in over a year at least.
Really? I feel like I've seen some not even that long ago.
Okay, that's good. Thanks for bringing that up.
You're welcome. Easy shutdown. I mean, they are hyped though. Like, it builds such a insane game. Like, even from here, if MOUZ would want to go for like some all-in play, it's not even possible because there's still glyph available for Spirit.
Right. All right, Yatoro looking for the second lane going the way of Spirit, trying to force out buybacks that do not exist. This is 2 lanes for sure.
Are we gonna? Yeah, we're gonna.
Is this gonna be Mega versus Mega? I think we might.
That now I have not seen in a while. Have you?
No.
Okay.
Yep, that is gonna be exactly the case. I cannot believe.
Yeah, shout out to these two teams because this is a banger game.
All right, and we're getting close to the 60-minute mark as well. So Megas versus Megas. Spirit. Okay, so who has the advantage?
I think Dire slightly.
So
probably?
Is that including the tier 4s not existing in their base?
That's a... Yeah, I think it is including just because they have glyph. Like, if there's a way where you can force out a play where you can trade maybe buybacks for glyph on Spirit, I think you have a win condition again for MOUZ, but at this point the game is like quite even. But you can see that Laurel he's really popping off. Like in these last couple of fights, he's not dying. He's getting off like 5-6 waning rifts, 5-6 overwhelming blink daggers as well. There's just too much like toxic garbage that's happening. MOUZ need to find a way to like shut it down nicely.
Well, Boom picks up a swift blink now. As we're looking at some late game items. Refresher Shard on Chrysalis for the double Wukongs. And we saw that Yatoro... Oh, he never went Daedalus. Interesting. Oh, he had just the casual Chrysalis.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like,
as
also,
MKB.
Yeah, like going to MKB after, just against like the Viper who's got the butterfly, and just like to also mix in some damage, I think it's kind of nice. Like going for...
Is this a real item? Laurel going for Crimson?
You want one Crimson.
On Puck?
I mean, I think that it might just be the fact where you keep it in your backpack because you're so fat that you can't really build anything else.
Right.
And then when you need it to use it on the throne, you just swap it in and use it.
Oh, it's for the throne.
Yeah, no, this is for the throne. Like,
all right.
There's no other.
That's fair.
He's, like, weirdly enough, he's the guy with the highest HP on his team.
MOUZ. Are they trying to go for a kill? Or are they trying to go for the back door? Yeah, you're right. They were scanned here. They got some more. Rue gets punched in the air. Yatoro's on the back line doing a lot of right-click damage as Collapse comes in with the AoE Doom again. This time onto the Earth Spirit. A lot of damage coming out. That is the death of mid one. Will buyback instantly. The fight continues. The Wukongs is huge. Not me on the outskirts of it. We'll be able to get out just fine. Congregation's coming out. The punch, or the Walrus kick rather. Snowball is going to be dodged completely. As meanwhile, inside this Wukong's command, the Puck looks like she's going to be just fine. Another AoE Doom used, so that's both Dooms. This one not going to be enough to kill off Boom, though. Oh, Laurel gets punched in the air, right-clicks to follow. They have the kill, does have buyback. So Collapse and Laurel dead. Going to try to force them into a precarious spot into an eventual buyback, although, I mean, we're still 2 minutes from even knowing when Roche will spawn.
Okay, so that was a 2-for-1. It would be, I mean, MOUZ have 100 seconds to try and force Laurel to buyback, which would be quite big for them. As it looks like Not Me was like, bro, let me buy the Crimson. Buy a real item on Puck. So we sadly will not see that one.
And mid one has to be careful. If they go for this throne, double buyback from Spirit could potentially just end the game.
You really should look to punish Spirit here because they got that Earth Spirit buyback out of you and you got 2 core kills. So it would be amazing for you if you can... You want to either force a buyback or look for Roche and like tier 5 items.
Yeah.
But Roche, you know, won't be up in time. So at least then you need to cover the spots on the map that you get instant tier 5s.
Perhaps that is the play. Although they are pushing.
I do want to force a bit. They have buy on...
Okay, buyback from Laurel already. And they're going to have collapse naturally in 13 seconds. Won't have the refresher. Although he does have Octarine, so it can't be that far away. 30 seconds from Double Doom.
That's just also a big deal. At least he didn't have to buy back.
60 minutes. What are we looking for? Deso, we already talked about.
Yeah. Stygian on Clinks. If he can find it, that would be quite incredible. I think same for Monkey King, honestly.
Yeah. We didn't mention he finally went some damage items.
I mean, he did. After 60 minutes, you better have some of those. A very high win percent for Radiant. I am a little surprised. 82 seems out of this world, and suddenly it's 73.
I wonder how much it takes into account the tower situation.
I mean, it must do some, but it can't be that much. Well, Dota Plus knows something I don't. I mean, usually it's pretty on point.
MOUZ pushing in their base with double Wukong's command, level 25 talent.
Well, Panther must have had some garbage items, tier 5, because he kept his bauble with bonus move speed and evasion.
He knows this is going long.
Oh, yeah. He's going for the 100% evasion.
Really strong, yeah.
And let's see, people are still waiting. We've got the Regalia, double audacious Regalia, so that is quite good. It's like the highest DPS you can get. I think either this, maybe if you can have one Stygian in the team, obviously that would be great, because the minus armor is absurd. Get a third Divine.
Do you think the Audacious needs the incoming damage debuff?
The numbers are crazy.
They are.
Like, they're too good. I think it should have
it's
this.
a tier 5, brother.
It's fine. Honestly, I think 100 attack speed and 80 magic damage is crazy. Especially when you get it with Regalia, it makes it like even better. So honestly, I'm fine for it.
We have a lot of Books of the Dead now. 2 on the side of MOUZ. And Spirit still hoping for... Okay, we're going to get the Dazun Blood right for collapse.
That's a big one for him. And I'm not going to lie, but Laurel holding a bauble with Feverish could get quite toxic in this game.
Yeah.
You can have such low cooldowns on Puck, and he's already disgusting.
Okay, Roche underway. He belches, so Spirit knows. Wukong's command placed. This is going to be hard to initiate into this.
Rocket
shot
flare
available. The jump he snatches a second time. He gets the Aegis, dies instantly though.
Got Wind
and they're
Waker.
going to surround him. Wind Waker to try to apply some pressure on the outskirts of the pit. Gets surrounded still though. A lot of right-click damage coming out. Yamich reflected. Snowball, but Collapse will fall to Boom in the end. Does have buyback, uses it instantly. Clockwork dies as well. Yatoro now on the run. Should be trying to reinitiate here. Is Chrysalis and the rest of MOUZ attempting to get out. And Boom will survive, will be greeted by some Lotuses. So a second snatched Aegis by the greatest Aegis snatcher in the business.
The greatest thief in town. He will just continue to... I mean, all of this... It's just, it was a 2-for-1 trade, but 2 buybacks that did have to be expanded by Spirit. I mean, they did have the Rocket Flare, of course, which helped, and also like the Stolen Grip by Mr. Not Me.
Which side did he come from? Because this Wukong is
He's from
huge.
above. Yeah, he blinked it from like the top area. Like even the illusion, it was blocking off the hook shots.
Insane. How is that possible? Did he get anything else?
I mean, the good thing for him is he got the Refresher Shard and the banner. He got 3 items. He did have Rocket Flare and the Orb to help him, of course, which is nice. Because then the rest of the fight, everyone's just kind of just trying to get out.
Dude, this guy is something else.
Oh yeah, he is. Maybe we've reached the point where they're like, we're not going to bother. You can't stop him anyway.
Do you think this is the record for a game, 2? Snatched Aegises?
No.
Oh, Congregations of the Deep collapse with the AoE Doom again. A nice coil as well, but the grip comes in, holding Collapse in place. They're not going to be able to cancel. His mana is getting drained as a result as well, but look at Chrysalis. He's just dying to the Doom. He gets right-click into Oblivion. Does have buyback, though, as the Magnetize doing a lot of work as the rest of Spirit trying to disengage a little bit here. The Waning Rift enough to take off Panto in the meantime. The triple buybacks from MOUZ, but 2 dead for Spirit. And like you said, no buybacks to come from them. Is Yatoro going to get help from Laurel and that Dagon? Another grip coming out. Somehow that refresher shard, it seems. And now Rubik in a lot of trouble. Gets pounced on, gets killed off. But mid 1, he's dead, no buyback. As the buybacks come out from Spirit, and it's a 3 versus 4.
These fights are absolutely
And as usual, these Divine Regalias now useless.
Yeah, kind of have to wait to re-roll them or maybe get a Stygian later on.
This is what I'm talking about. When you have buybacks in a late game scenario, I feel like this is actually not a good item because you're likely to die at some point. Buyback, and then what?
No, that is true. I mean, you are playing for like the overall like big play to get like people killed and like take advantage of like the ultra damage that you have.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, if one team didn't have them, maybe they just lose that fight horribly. I don't know. Tough to say.
Because it is a big deal. Like tier 5 items are crazy good. And now you just have no bonus. When they're combined, both the item and the enchantment, then they're good.
They're good, they're not crazy good.
Okay, they're very good. I mean, imagine not having, you have nothing right now. This puck is about to be a late game machine and you have poop as a neutral item. That's not very good. All right, great talking to you.
I mean, Book of the Dead. That's a meh one.
Hey, it's decent. You get 2 tier 4.
Okay, but it's a tier 5. These are supposed to end games.
I mean, what do you want Book of the Dead to be? Make it stronger? You can make it stronger.
3 ancient creeps or something.
It's the only way to get Necros, man.
Dagon doing a lot of damage as Boom in a very weird spot here. He's getting completely decimated by the Clinks. Snowball's going to save him a little bit longer, but now the kickoff, and now the Clinks in a lot of trouble. Yatoro is dead, no buyback at all. And now the advantage, although they lose the Viper as well, there's always a trade, it seems, as MOUZ, and you can see in the game a single buyback on one hero now, and it is mid 1. Panto, Dagon, Laurel with the BKB, Coil will finish the job, so this game's not over yet.
Bro's Coil cooldown is 26 seconds. Guys, you're going to run into problems against this puck.
My goodness.
I mean, they got the kill.
Is that the bobber?
Yeah, it's the bobble. Bobble with Feverish is very...
I always call it bobber for some...
I don't know why you're calling it different things. I mean, we saw it.
See, that's a tier 5 item, right?
That is a good... I mean, you need... I mean, it's a tier 4. But
exactly.
With the, the tier 5, like, enchantments on top, you saw, like, Tai Long do it, where he, like, played this Zeus
that was a sick game.
He got, like, okay, mid 1. Luckily, he's the one guy with buyback in this game.
I was just trying to see if this was a highlight or if this was live. Apparently, it's live.
It's live.
Mid 1 dead. They're going to have to be forced out of that buyback now.
I mean, to go back to that earlier play, I don't mind that MOUZ are aggressive, but Boom going so out of position without buyback available was quite the overplay.
Oh, there's a damage room bot as well.
Rue will see it, but probably will just take it.
Big rune for Rue.
Yeah. Get that Rocket Flare damage pumping out.
Oh, Chrysalis on top of the tree with the Wukong's command. Look at the damage! Laurel in so much peril here. Has to pop the BKB in retreat. Collapse in the midst of all of this. He gets decimated. 100 seconds of no doom now. Laurel still staying alive. Hook shot. They're going to get this dieback on the mid 1. That's a huge kill for Spirit. This is without Yatoro. 30 seconds to come back into this game. And Laurel, look at that damage. Damage gets blown up completely. And that is 3 dead without buyback for MOUZ. Viper's going to be back in 12, so this is going to be a 2 defense hero for MOUZ against... It's going to be 4 for Spirit once they regroup.
Oh boy, this is not going to be an easy one. Luckily for MOUZ, they don't have Boots of Travel on Yatoro. He doesn't have any money, so you do have some time to maybe set up like a nice defense. Because it's going to be 3v4. And you don't even have a Wukong yet. You have Chrysalis who's queuing up a Rapier. I do like that.
And I like this really cool initiation.
Yeah. If they were maybe slightly more on the ball with potentially like mid 1's roll, like, and you connected stun onto Laurel, that would have been absolutely huge.
Yeah, but again, mid 1 dying all alone that bot side, like this fight would be totally different if he dies, has buyback.
I mean, he's now dead for 1 minute without buy. It's the same for Yamage.
Yeah.
You have to hold this 3v4, and in 20 seconds you have Collapse who will join them too.
Yatoro, this is a building hitter though. Jumping from Boom though, trying to apply some pressure to Clinks. Get telekinesis, gets gripped on top of Clinks as well, and Yatoro dead again. What is happening this game? And now Spirit, Do have a good amount of damage coming out from Laurel with the Dagon as well. It's enough to kill off Boom. So still trade after trade after trade as Panto bites the dust to Yatoro. Despite being dead for so long. Chrysalis, boundless strike into the pit, trying to stay alive with that regen. It's not going to be enough. Chrysalis ticked out, and that's the death of everyone on MOUZ. They don't have the building hitter that is Clinks, but surely this is enough to finish the game for Spirit.
Can you imagine Yatoro winning a game where he has 12 deaths? He's 12 and 12.
Oh my goodness.
This is honestly overall a crazy
Ancient
game,
Exposed. It's not quite over yet. Mid one is up and running. Yamich will be back in just a moment as well. The Ancient getting close. There's the Doom immediately. No more regen for the rest of the game as the Ancient, finally the fortification comes out. The telekinesis trying to kill off Laurel. But this will be the death of the throne and the win of game one, believe it or not, for Spirit.
Crazy for Spirit to turn this around. And I think that's the cool thing with this team is that you don't need to rely on one guy to win you the game. Like, Yatoro had a bad early game, but he gets to recover. But the rest, collapse with multiple Aegis snatches, good team fights. You have Laurel, who he popped off. This is one of the best puck games I've seen from him. I mean, his puck is always good.
Thank you, Chief. Arts on 10 here with Kazu in game number 2 between MOUZ and Spirit. Game 1 was a doozy.
Oh, it's an absolute banger.
It was very good back and forth. Many throws, many wins, many deaths for the carries, but many steals of the Aegises, Kazu.
A lot of entertainment. I'm hoping that this game will be a little bit similar. And I agree with what they were talking about. The Zeus kind of not a hero out on my bingo card when it comes to the last pick here. I think there are a lot of good things about it. Like Razor doesn't really enjoy this hero, and I think the supports aren't that good. But both Coil and Tide, especially with the Shard later, very good against it. So not really the archetype I was looking at. But we have seen some Zeus performances that were kind of legendary, so we'll just have to see what Lar can pop off with here.
Yeah, we're going to see that bobble.
Oh, trust me.
Not to be confused with bobber.
Yeah, many of people, of course, confuse it with the bobber. Not just, but if he's got it in the tier 4, and we're getting to 30+ minutes, trust me, he's taking that.
What's the chances you get a specific choice of bobble?
You're talking about like
is it like 70%?
Like the enchantments that you want?
Yeah.
It's quite high. I think you can always get
50,
you
right?
can always get the spell amp, I think, when you're an int hero, which he is, so you're pretty happy. I think also later, like you saw it in the last game, like he just got the feverish on tier 5. On tier 4 he didn't really care, so you can pretty much always get one of the ones that you do want.
Okay. As we're gonna see Collapse this time playing the Centaur Warrunner. And coupled with Not Me on the techies.
They have a very good lane up here. Like, even though it's Razor and Treant, like with all the trees being cut, like Techies has insane amount of range. So you can kind of just keep clapping the two of them in the face. Taser is also still a horrendous spell. It is so damn strong. So
How's that horrendous?
Like horrendously OP in a way.
Oh.
Like that's how I'm talking about this.
Just checking.
Sorry for English not being my first language. 1 minute 20 seconds. That's all it took for the call out.
Sorry, I'm used to casting with Cinderin, so you know.
No, and he has high IQ. That's I will not talk down on that.
So they say.
So they say.
Crystal is playing another signature. I have a comment.
Oh, here we go. This is gonna be a good one.
I have a comment.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they pick his signature heroes too often?
No. I think it's good. I think you want to pick the Siggies for the guy that you have.
Static Link is going ham. First blood for Crystallis.
Yeah, suck on that. That's the answer for you right there.
Hey, it was just a question. I'm not trying to imply anything, of course. Great.
Yeah, you
player.
never have subtleties to your comment.
Perfect itemization last game. Have no complaints about that. I feel like I feel like it's too. What's the right way to put it? I know that not a lot of people pick the. Like, he'll pick it in any meta, right? Regardless of how popular the heroes are, but you know he's going to pick it. Surely that's an advantage.
No, for sure, but it's the type of hero that even if it doesn't have a perfect game, because of the tempo that, like, usually the heroes he plays, they lane very well, right? Like Monkey King and Razor. So even if they had bad game matchups, they have good net worth, they can give your team something in different scenarios. And I think it is the strength of this guy. And you should try to play towards the strength of your players. So it's good.
Okay.
I thought it was a second place TI DC placement. You should know this type of stuff.
No, we picked Slark mid. That's not good. That's why
my
you get
bad.
second place at TI.
Brought us some PTSD there. My bad.
There's mid one playing the puck this time in that mid lane. And he's going against, like we talked about, the Zeus for Laurel. And, I mean, outside of the crazy late game, that potential with Bobble, what do you think of Zeus in general?
I think it's honestly quite a good hero. I think both his Ags, like his Axe is very good, and also like overall how the hero scales. I also really like that they changed Thunder God's Wrath, where even if people are smoked or invisible, it will still deal damage to them.
Yeah.
And this hero lanes. He lanes very, very strongly. Like they buffed, I think, his base damage not long ago, and also some of his earlier spells. And I mean, he's gonna do very well in this lane. And it's also about how you use the first ults. And I think Spirit have a very strong early game to like make use of the first Thunder God's Wrath.
Yep, there will be plenty of healing going in the mid lane, thanks to Panto's Treant Protector with the living armor.
Rue has a very early level 3 here. Like, getting second level of enchant this early on means you can do exactly what he's doing now. You kind of want to play into the enemy triangle, take like a creep, maybe contest some of their early water runes, or like play into the mid lane as well when it turns into nighttime. And this is very important. This is not the type of hero where you keep pulling the easy camp. You want to leech XP and hit level 3.
Oh, Yamich. Okay, gets Blood Grenade. Going to take a ton of right-click damage from this Alpha Wolf. Looking for the block. Very nicely done. We'll have to Ink Swell away. Still heavy, heavy damage. Won't die. As mid one continue to get harassed by Laurel. Oh, actually gets a little bit too aggressive maybe, as still plenty of mana to work with for Laurel with that mango being consumed.
That's quite big. Like, even with this small play, you know, that you saw there from Rue onto the Grimstroke, it means that Yamich, he's got to go back to base. And if he wants to go back to the lane, he has to TP. Now, suddenly, if they attack mid later, he can't be there. And it's a big snowball effect in this type of early game.
How much kill potential do they have on a Tide?
Honestly, not that much.
So it's more about rotating to other lanes.
Exactly. It's more about like you want to chip down the Tide and like kind of maybe force the Grim to go back there, because Eng, you don't want to play in your safe lane that long. You play there early on for XP, and then you want to GTFO. You want to go mid, you want to go to the enemy safe lane and just be annoying elsewhere.
So bottom lane going to be a 1v1 effectively.
It kind of should be.
Neither player is going to really apply any pressure to each other.
Yeah.
Just farm fest.
It just depends a bit on like what items your Toro can kind of squeeze out, I think, in the early game. But until you have like a Javelin, you're not really doing too much to this hero. But Big Talk will be the first Thunder God's Wrath, as Laurel, of course, is going to run a Clarity to try and make sure that you have mana for that.
Yeah, getting a kill on Chrysalis would be quite nice. He did get first blood, of course.
Oh, very important, yeah. It does help.
Game 1, Yatoro got first blood if you're keeping track, and they did win the game. Not much with him, though.
Very good point.
It was really Laurel. All that heavy lifting. As mid lane, Laurel, speaking of which, Caster Curse, Coil applied. There's the Inkswell from Yamich. And that's going to be the death of Laurel. Mid one actually getting the last hit on that as well, which is good news for MOUZ. As Not Me gets absolutely, or he blasts off right on Yamich's face. So a nice turnaround here for Spirit. And mid one with the living armor will be fine.
He's still overall good, of course, getting to kill Laurel there. But yeah, Not Me does come around for, you know, the little return kill.
And before that kill, let's see, so 30 and 7 CS for mid one, as Laurel pretty close now, 32 and 7. He did have a slight lead before that death, as we see a nice stack here.
Holy stacker.
Very early.
I mean, it is Zeus. Like, Zeus loves stacks. Honestly, kind of the same with Centaur as well. Chris is already level 6.
Yeah, he's got that Eye of the Storm, and nice. Okay, Blast Off actually does hit.
Remember the
Zeus
Zeus ult.
but the slow comes out. Chrysalis. And they get ensnared now as Collapse gets Plasma Field, and now he's going to take the brunt of the right-click damage from Chrysalis. Pops a couple Lotuses. There's the ult from Zeus. Will be the death of Chrysalis as a result, but Chrysalis actually gets the kill on Collapse after. And Panto with that sticky bomb will be slowed to a crawl. Rue makes his way over as well. This is a pretty thick tree to get through.
Should be able to make it happen eventually.
Going on top of this bridge. Not me, Blood Grenade, but it will be a trade of supports regardless, as now the tips come out.
That's a nice play. He at least gets to get the, you know, the 1-for-1 kill trade. I don't know if I love MOUZ like overplaying into the Zeus ult there, especially like giving a lot of XP to the supports of Spirit can be quite dangerous. But let's see about the follow-up play, as there's a rune at 10.
Mid one.
TP by Yamich.
B trying to turn this around. Has to use the jaunt onto the other side though,
Nice
but the
clip.
coil already used. Inkswell as well, and mid one, another kill to his name. The Laurel off to a bit of a rough start, but the blast off does connect in the top lane onto Chrysalis. Pantos here. Gets the slow power shot, as you can see Yatoro making his way over. It's not enough to find the kill on the Chrysalis though, as now Boom will also show up as it's a big old party. The Ravage comes out, only hitting the one. And there's a focus fire from Yatoro onto Chrysalis. Not enough for the kill though. He just casually kills off Rue instead.
Definitely a bit of an overplay there. It looked like Chrysalis was in a bit of trouble again. But I love this comp. Like when you play Treant and you get Ash Legion Shield with like max living armor, you are so happy in the early game. Like it's really difficult to actually take down Chrysalis. And now they just go into the triangle and steal the stacks too. So again, you have MOUZ with just a very good early game.
And we've seen this before.
We sure have.
I'll say their pushing is not nearly as good as last game though. It's not me. Blast off on target technically, but will die nonetheless.
They have an insane level discrepancy in this top lane. Like, even when they went the first time in the tier 1, Chrysalis was level 6 when Collapse was level 4. So this is just where, like, a lot of these things from the laning stage, getting, like, one level here, getting a pull, getting a stack pull, it really adds up.
Yeah, top net worth is Chrysalis, in part thanks to that first blood that we saw.
Which we will keep track of course.
That's right. Only one per game. It's important.
That's true. And Collapse does have the Dominator completed, which is of course nice, you know, like cheat your way through the early game a bit, pull some waves, kill some creep cans with the Retaliate. It might just seem like even though you have Ench in this early game, I don't know if Spur can make all that many plays, which that's not the type of early game you want to have with Enchantress. You want to be able to go to these lanes.
Yeah. But it is a support that can deal a lot of damage in the late game if they get to that point.
True.
Which, is it similar to last game where you just start working on the farm instead of actually trying to be aggressive as Spirit?
I mean, you can't like build for the late game yet, because you're going to have to build in a way where you get to survive the mid game at least first to get there. The good thing with Ench is that you can always have a creep, just push out the side lanes, be annoying, because I just think we might be gearing up for like a similar mid game where you have like Spirit need more like specific moments to catch and fight, because they don't really have anyone that can do anything. Yatoro can go through the gate maybe with an Ench creep and like you have more smaller skirmishes, but until Collapse has a blink later, no one's really looking to do all that much. They wanna hit creeps.
Yeah. And Rue with a tomato. So what's the build these days on Zeus?
Kaya, Shard, and then just farm it up.
Kaya, Shard, farm, and then is it
Kaya,
still
Shard,
like Refresher?
Like, yeah, Aghanim, it's like Ags, Octarine, and Refresher, and then like if you get the Bauble or you want to play also on like other stuff later, Rapier can be good. Of course, that's very greedy, and that's like some of your later stage items. But that's like the most typical Zeus build.
That looks like MOUZ will get an uncontested tier 1 bot.
That's pretty nice. Also, like a benefit of having Tide, which I think was a very, very good pick in this game. Like the Shard is insanely good. It like Stampede doesn't do anything. You still put the guy at 100 move speed. Very good against Windranger and against Zeus. And on top of that, you can just run a tier 1s with siege creeps and just get them killed.
So first item for Boom looks to be the Consecrator Wrap. Have we talked about this item at all?
Not today, no.
I've talked with...
I don't think... I mean, it wasn't in the last game, so we didn't talk about it.
Just in general, I meant, since it came out.
I mean, okay, then give me your... it sounds like you don't like it.
No.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not good in the game, or I think design-wise, it's just so weird. It's so weird. I feel like the old one that they got rid of was actually fine. We just need to buff it. I don't know if you feel similarly, because me and Cinderin are very big haters on this item. It's a nice stack.
Just like, I mean, this is just big that they like steal all these stacks. But to go back to the item, I think they were just looking for maybe more ways for cores to have like a magic resist item. Just because I think some of them were removed, and unless you're buying Mage Slayer, like there's no hood. Obviously, that was removed years ago. You don't have Eternal Shroud anymore.
Yeah,
people
what's wrong
don't
with
really...
Eternal Shroud?
I don't know.
Just make it good.
They probably felt like it was only good on 2 heroes, so they kind of just, you know, ditched it out of the game. I do think they've done a good job at tuning it down, because it was so OP, it was not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, literally everyone in their entire family would buy Consecrated Wraps.
Thanks, well, Yamich not able to find the full connection, but Rue's still stuck in a corner. And will be taken out eventually. Earn online now for Not Me. As Collapse. Let's see, what is he working on? So we'll have enough for Blink in just a moment.
There's a very high chance that, I mean, we'll see, but Blink definitely, it just changes the game because with Zeus ult and Techies having some levels, it would allow you to make some plays. But there's also a world where maybe he goes like some, even like Blade Mail to like try and scale and just wait for Zeus to like have an Aghanims and then you try to play for the map. But I definitely wouldn't mind seeing the dagger here.
Dire are scanning.
Just, it's very slow early games from Spirit in both of these games. Which it does make me a little bit concerned for some of their future games in this tournament.
Some games that I cast this last year, I know the roster has changed a little bit since then, but I feel like their early game has been consistently not great, actually. I don't know if you've noticed that as well.
I agree, but it's also, it is one of the strong suits of this team. Like, people always say, oh, you know, they're a very good mid-game team, they're a very good late-game team, but it's similar with, like, Falcons. Like, the reason they have those stages is because they do very well in their early game and, like, survive or use this edge to open up towers. But I think just with, like, a little bit of the nature of this draft, also with the 24-pick Zeus, it makes it, like, quite slow. And MOUZ are doing very well in this early game. I think they're doing, like, the right things. Opening up this top tier 1 might be one of the next things. As Collapse did go for the blink, so this is where you can see that the game can completely shift. But Boom with very good positioning.
Is under attack.
Yeah, he does have Blink, but Crystallis does have BKB as his first main item, so wants to fight, it seems.
Radiant's top tower.
And he's absolutely ready to fight. Any fight he can, you know, kind of be brought to. I like that he's currently staying in a top area, and then he can just TP to like a tier 1 to like semi-connect to the play.
Oh, mid 1. Coil onto 2. There's the Ravage from Boom. Only going to hit 1, but it's an important one. It is the Zeus. The Stampede, not enough. Laurel dead to mid 1's hands. And now an Overgrowth.
Good Overgrowth.
From Panto onto 3 heroes. As Boom going to try to do some damage on the sidelines. As you can see Yatoro with the focus fire on the mid 1, who's not afraid of him. Wants to continue the pressure, and they're going to kill off Yatoro very easily. So 2 dead, and that's 2 cores for Spirit. It's going to cost 2 supports for MOUZ.
No, very nice by MOUZ. Like, just going back initially, you have Boom who breaks the smoke, you get a good 2-man coil. As they are looking for
blast
a
up,
play.
nice. Onto 2, but the follow-up into the double hoof stomp from Collapse. Still not enough damage. Crystallis just casually pops his BKB. Still has his ult with the static link as well. Double kill for Crystallis. And that's with 2 cores dead. Spirit go for that. And they're going to be regretting it. It's going to be back-to-back deaths for Laurel. It does take out 1 in turn. And it's an important one in Crystallis, to be fair, but still, fight going the way of MOUZ.
Oh, absolutely. The only good thing is nice dodge on the Shackle. Should be okay. It's a good amount of like gold injection into Laurel because he needs that shard ASAP. And he was so far away from it, at least with that kill onto Crystallis, that will help out. But yeah, Spirit definitely getting outplayed in both of these games when it comes to the early game. Like, you have MOUZ with, I would say, pretty good composure to like not really walk into these plays. Not Me is probably cooked here.
Yep, Inkswell very effective in these engagements. Focus fire from Yatoro, though. Onto Yamich. Will be enough. So another support for support. Although Boom and company do have something else planned. Trying to turn this around onto Yatoro. Illusory Orb, they don't have the vision.
He needs to go gate, and it looks like he might be fine.
Are scanning.
JK, he's going to make them work for it.
It should be okay.
10 seconds
Choice
for
of
the
direction
TP.
here.
Scanning.
He's even scanning, just making sure that they're not following him, but he'll have the TP available to get the hell out.
Radiant's top tower.
So Rap's officially online for Boom.
Radiant's
He is
top tower
basically
has fallen.
unkillable. I think until later where they have more items, maybe even a silver edge on someone, if that's something you want to look for, Boom might just be deathless for the next 20 minutes in this game.
This would be a great cast.
That would have been a
opportunity.
sick cast of curse.
But you are correct. Mid 1. Oh man, Yatoro rather, has to win run away.
Now, that's just good pressure, because it's also important if you're MOUZ that you don't like 5-man all these areas. You want to be smart about it.
put one Tide somewhere, kind of be a roadblock, have two people somewhere else, and just slowly take the map away from Spirit.
And the mid lane, we got some action.
He's dead.
Blast off coming in, but it's not enough to save Laurel. Goes out to Crystalis's hand. He's going to continue on with that BKB. As Not Me takes a tumble as well. So double kill for MOUZ. And again, second game in a row, this early game is all MOUZ.
Yeah, and a nice region rune for mid one, so he can just keep going ham. I want to see also where Boom takes his itemization here. So he already did go for the shard, which I loved. He has got the blink and the axe queued up, and I think that this is perfect. Like, you know that Spirit don't really want to fight you. If you can just have blink and shard, it doesn't matter who you go on. Even if they get stampeded, those people will die.
Looking for another Inkswell initiation. Rue will be the recipient of the Waning Rift instead. Has the Glimmer Cape, but there's a Focus Fire counter initiation from Yatoro. Looking for the Overgrowth.
Middle.
Gets stunned though, but there's a big stun from Collapse on a mid one. They get the kill. Overgrowth TP not enough. So two go the way of Spirit as mid one's kill streak comes to an end.
And definitely a big one, because Spirit need these type of plays. Like, they need to not just delay the game, but also fight back a little bit, get some gold injection, get some of, you know, the XP into their heroes. Because I think if MOUZ played clearly, it is really not that easy for Spirit to get them killed. Like, you need to either have a blast off on you or a blink centaur stomp. You have ways to play around it.
Dire's top tower is under
Well, this is going to be a really early heart.
Dire's
What the hell? For a Collapse. I don't know if...
It's a pretty nice build on Centaur. It's one of the few heroes that can, like, kind of
Is this
go.
actually normal, though?
Yeah.
For this early?
It's
That's awesome.
It's semi-normal.
That's awesome.
It's quite good. It's just like, you can't buy boots on this hero. You just want to be tanky. You want to be a big boy. And Heart is quite good in this meta.
That's great. Love to see it. Collapse, one of the premier Centaur players. Not really, I wouldn't call it a signature necessarily, but he's played a lot.
Yeah, it's...
Very, very good. In fact, he's one of the ones that kind of brought Aghanim Scepter,
Yeah.
the cart, onto the
I
scene.
mean, the card used to be so bad, and I like that it's good now. You know, they gave it like the necessary and overall good buffs. Could even see it in this game later on, of course. Quite good also against the Coil.
And Laurel with the shard to help him farm. And seems to be, yeah, going for the Aghanim Scepter. Actually going to go for BKB after the fact.
That's interesting. It's kind of something you want to work around. Like, otherwise, if you get coiled, you're kind of cooked. I think same with the Anchor. Maybe, you know, with the BKB, you can like fight back, kill it, jump away, and like stampede your way out. If Spirit make a comeback in this game, it's absolutely off of like their overall map play prowess. Like, you need to be able to split up MOUZ and get towards like the later stages of this game, because it's once again a similar game where you cannot fight head-on into this MOUZ draft.
Have to say, MOUZ are really good at taking Tormentor.
Oh yeah.
Spirit, I don't think I've gotten a single
They
one
have
in the entire
not.
series.
They might have to look at stealing those. So Collapse, get on that.
Yeah, stealing Age is a little bit more impactful. I think.
Yeah. I believe they do know that there's smoke, because there was a mine going off, and it's one of the smoke heroes on the bottom side. So should know that something's happening, but as I say that Yatoro is running face into them, so maybe not.
Yeah, Yatoro. Oh boy. He is just dead, straight up. That is super easy for MOUZ.
Radiant's
And they're going to pressure this tier 2 as well.
Yeah, and he can just go straight Parasma as well, as they're gonna get a secondary kill.
Oh,
I don't know about the Ravage, but it's kind of cool.
what was that?
Fuck you, I guess.
What was that? I'm so confused.
I guess you can make the point that he's not really using it because he never sees a hero.
Yeah, that's great.
Definitely didn't need it, but I respect it. Gives us something to talk about. But overall in this game, like,
Great content. But
it might look like very simple because Tide isn't like a very complex hero, but Boom has been in the right place. Like, the only hero that can really push and be annoying on Spirit is like Rue with his hero and his creep. And if you just park the Tide there, there's never any Eng pressure that's like annoying. Like, you're playing against Eng, it's 22 minutes and you haven't lost a single tier 1.
Yeah.
That is very good for them.
all right, focus fire and Boom. Is he taking any damage right now? That's the question.
Blink out.
Okay then, just checking. Would have been ironic if he ends up dying because he doesn't have a Ravage.
Okay, they're
He
hunting
calculated it.
He knows what's up. He knows he's not going to see another hero aggressively, at least for another 80 seconds, and then he'll already have it. Manta available on Crystallis, which of course is nice when I move faster. Just overall nice in this game. Disjoint Shackle, happy with some building damage. I think a gem could be pretty nice for MOUZ, maybe again within like the next 5-ish or so minutes, because if you're Spirit, you need to play off of dodging them and like overall game sense. So having wards and of course mines around that give you some vision is super impactful. I'm surprised that MOUZ are letting this top tier 1 fall, if I'm gonna be honest. I think this will open up the map a lot, and they have 3 and armor. Just kidding, they're not letting it fall.
Yep, Spirit have to run away. And now the anchor being shown from Boom, so he's got his shard. Anchor smash onto 2. Plasma Field not going to connect. No kills will come in this, but the tier 2 bot was grabbed by MOUZ. They have a 5k lead. I mean, how does this feel at this stage of the game versus last game? In terms of MOUZ's lead.
It was like pretty similar, no? Like also like in terms of, so they had a similar lead and I think also hero strength. I would give it overall slightly to Radiant later, like Spirit like the late game, but I think MOUZ are a lot more comfortable this time around. Like Puck, we saw what Laurel did last game, and mid one can do very similar things.
Yeah, that's true. The Zeus is, I would say it's a wild card, but it's the Puck is really the wild card in a way.
And it's also it's harder for Spirit to get to the point that they did last game. Like Windranger and Klinks are vastly different heroes. Like Klinks can just run around invis with a shard, kill some waves here or there, and like you don't have a single tier 1. It is very difficult to play this map, like not just with 0 tier 1s taken, but also against Treant. Like Panto can always look at the shard later.
Last stop, can they do it again is the question. Mid 1 with the orb is fine. Going for the shard next, has the Parasma very early this time.
It's also the dream. Like you're playing Puck in a good game, like you're having a good game, you have a lot of gold, and there's no Orchid, there's no silence, you don't need to go any stupid defensive items. Straight Parasma.
Stampede being forced from Collapse, but he is anchored to the ground to give counter to that hero. Yes, he will be taken out by Chrysalis.
I legit think
very good game.
that this is one of the best shards in the game.
The
Tide anchor.
Yeah.
Because like when you think about it, Tide is so good at team fighting that eventually people, it happens very often that people don't want to fight into this hero. But then suddenly when you have Blink and Shard, people can't really split push either. Because now you have an answer to both.
Remember when he had Tentacle Surprise?
I do remember. Like it was like mini Ravage, right?
No, it was just Impale.
Oh my god.
There was 3 Impales in the game at one time. Can you believe it?
I am so glad that they moved that one around. Because this one is so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Panto is looking for some overall aggression here, just scouting around. Of course, making use of the Invis. He did have very good warding in the last game.
Oh.
Gets off a very deep ward, which we'll see how much it does. Of course, this is more about like overall seeing where people go, like which way they go out of the base, because you're not going high ground with this MOUZ draft for quite a while.
That's interesting then.
Yeah. Because I would maybe prefer wards more on the outskirts so you see where the Zeus is farming, but you can also make the argument Zeus can just protect his own area with lightning bolt.
True.
So let's see. They know that Yatoro's around.
Alright, going for the anchor move. Already at half health. Do they have the follow-up damage? Overgrowth to follow. Into another anchor smash. It's not nearly enough. They're wasting a little bit of time. Panto, it will cost him his life. Maybe not worth in the end. As mid lane. Mid 1. Oh, he gets congregated. Attempting to run away now. Now Stampede from Collapse. Into not a whole lot. Okay, Collapse deletes mid 1. Help from that taser as well. He was not ready for that. So 45 seconds on the deck.
I mean, Collapse is just doing some very big stuff again in this game. The Centaur absolutely can do this, like with the early heart and all the shard. Finds another jump.
Find a Grim, so a support goes their way as well. And now Boom. I mean, can they kill him? Blast off. Not hitting. Or I guess he got cracked off.
Instant, yes. Instant dispel for him, as they did pick up the gem now. But Spirit found a way to put the game onto just a 2k lead. Taking this mid-tier 1 would also be very big for them. Centaur has a lot more scaling than he used to be, like especially that the hard build overall feels good to buy it early, and now you go the shard next. Like he has 4k HP at 27 minutes. He's just laughing in their face right now.
Very tanky boy. He's going for Ghost Scepter next? Okay.
I guess the only way for him to die is if Razor gets to like stack up a big Link and ult on him, so I don't really mind it. I don't know if he'll go through with it.
I feel like you're Farming relatively well. You could go for a Crimson, Shiva's. Just go the armor route instead.
I mean, even BKB, I think it's not this bad against a dire draft and just like keep yourself alive. I want to see what he does. Because I wouldn't be too surprised if he skips the Ghost Scepter. AC completed on Crystallis, which will, of course, help them at least a little bit here with overall objectives. Nimbus now available on Larl as well. I mean, the Roche is very slow. It's quite obvious. Mid one.
Yeah, already at half health. Stampede plays beforehand. Trying to counter-initiate is Boom with the Ravage onto 2. Becky's is dead right off the bat. Chrysalis making his way over as well. Collapse. Gonna get full static link. There's the Ghost Scepter. Is it gonna save him is the question. Focus Fire coming in from the other side. Yotaro wants to counteract this onto Chrysalis, but they're gonna lose the Centaur. They're gonna lose the Windrunner as well. Biting off too much to chew for Spirit. They lose 3 and likely more. Double kill for Boom as Zeus bites the dust, and the only remaining member is a support in the Ench.
That was really close to being big for them, but they missed the chain stun onto mid one, who then gets to go away. Boom comes in with a great Ravage, and also Larl didn't have any mana to expand his ult, I think, in that entire fight. So MOUZ with a very good turnaround now also gives them a nice first Aegis of the game. It's quite late, but honestly, I don't blame them. Their draft is not that good at killing Roche.
So Chrysalis with the Aegis, as we see again, this was a great counter blink in for Boom.
That was a very good turnaround, and I can see here that so Larl didn't even have his ult yet. It only came up towards the tail end, and now he just doesn't have mana for it. And I mean, Yotaro really decided to man up, but this is a 200 like damage stolen Razor. That ain't no joke.
Almost killed him.
It was close,
but I don't think it would have been worth it anyway.
Not really.
Losing 4 here.
Yeah, after that initial kill fails, I think they need to full bail on that fight. I mean, Boom was quite quick on the counterplay, so I understand that you lose like 1 or 2 heroes.
If Collapse doesn't steal Aegis, they're going to lose the fight.
It's Jover,
I mean,
you're right.
They should know this already.
They should not look for kills, they should just let Collapse do his thing. So honestly, good play by mid one. He was baiting them. That's a counter to Collapse. Yeah. Bait him to kill you.
We've been waiting for the counter to collapse.
It's taken 2 years.
That's longer than that, surely.
Maybe 4.
Was he not doing that as TI-10?
I don't know. I feel like he was just skewering everyone's ass.
That's true. He was too obsessed with the skewer.
Yeah. As they find a freebie on Rue.
And Chrysalis, I have to say, 14-2.
And he's owning.
Absolute domination from him. Still has the Aegis, of course. Is building damage an issue at all for MOUZ?
Kind of, because they don't have the best overall building damage, but you can just kind of make up for it later with net worth. I think when you get like another 1 or 2 round of items on most of your guys, you can like slowly look to chip towers later. Also because you have pretty good sustain, like with Treant, you're getting a Solar Crest on your Grim. Look for mid one again, but of course, very slippery hero.
Radiant are scanning.
You can always play for Tide's 25 talent to have some building damage.
That's right. Although they did nerf that pretty considerably.
Yeah. This is still one of the ways, but you know, with some Solar Crest and AC, and people get some more net worth, you will be okay. At least
if Chrysalis gets 7 slotted, then Ags.
Yeah.
He's excellent at pushing.
I would love if they buff that a little bit. I think Razor Axe is not good enough. As mid one gets a freebie. On to Not Me.
8k lead from MOUZ. Make it 9 with that tier 2 killed off. Octarine from mid one. Things are looking good for MOUZ, and to be fair, we said that last game.
Yeah. I mean, last game they just found themselves in like some, I would say, areas where they just overplayed a little bit, which, you know, going into game 2, I think you've had a lot of opportunity to talk about it between the game, what you want to do when you're in a similar scenario, which I think they absolutely are right now.
They're going for this. Boom, with the anchor. Chrysalis taking the brunt of the damage, of course, has the second life still at the ready. And with Boom having Aghanim Scepter now, Gush is extremely annoying to deal with.
Yeah, they've got a lot of nice poke. Like, Puck Tide isn't the most, like, dual core combo when it comes to damage, but now that they have some, like, a lot of levels, anti-Ags on Boom, they're starting to be a very big threat on all of the heroes. Also, like, with all the Gush talents, like, Tide is very strong.
Yeah, the minus armor from both Gush and the ult from the Razor. The Ravage coming in from Boom onto the high ground, hitting 3 heroes. The focus, though, on the Zeus. Down goes Laurel. Huge kill for MOUZ, but it's going to cost them 2 supports and the Aegis. Collapse doing a great job of counteracting that as Boom now taking the brunt. Look at the damage on him. Has to pop the Kraken shell, but they have more where that came from in terms of damage. As a coil used to delay as much as possible as MOUZ. I mean, they actually used a buyback for this as well. So definitely not going their way. It feels like anytime they're in this point where, like, if they win one more fight, then they have firm control of this game. They drop the ball and Spirit comes back in the game. But like we see there, it did cost a buyback for the Zeus as well.
I mean, Spirit should be fairly happy, I think, with this. Like, if you're MOUZ, I'm a little surprised they didn't like all go on the same guy. I understand, like, you know, there's 2 guys going on the Zeus on the left, whereas Boom is kind of on your Toro. I think if he had a +1, maybe that's just like a good kill. Because Spirit are happy about trading, as we're going live, as Mr. Crystals has to TP out.
Yep, Knife falls away successfully. Panto won't be so lucky.
This is where you
That's
take...
technically a dieback, but it is a support.
Now, this is where you take a breather. Like, you know, chill out. You're still in a very good like position in this game. You're up 5k gold. I think they still have a gem on mid one. He never died from the earlier position. So you can still use all of that, and you've got the map play going for yourselves, but you don't have that many more mistakes that you're allowed to do, because they talked about it as well on the panel. Like, once they get a Hex on Not Me, which at this one, he's not that far away. 2k gold, you've got Greedy Enchantment, everyone else is also scaling nicely. Yeah, you will hear about it.
So obsessed.
Without Greedy Enchantment, he would have like 2k gold right now.
I'm not saying, I don't disagree.
Good.
You're obsessed.
Usually
Both
that's
can be true.
When you tell people you're obsessed, usually I feel like it has a bad undertone.
It does, but in a different way this time.
Okay.
Just I'm sick and tired of it.
It's good that this is a second game that we're casting
That's
together.
right. Only a few more to go. Counting down the days. As Chris
Very good.
as Lacoste would say. And Tormentor, again for MOUZ. That's 5-0 for them now. Mm-hmm. Impressive.
Keeping track, that's good.
They have good objective-based game. The problem is high ground for them. Just never goes well.
It is just difficult. Like, Zeus already makes it hard. I mean, as does Techies. It's not the easiest heroes to play into. Which is another reason why when you feed some of those kills away that prolong the game and give Spirit like more XP, it just makes it so much easier for them to stay in this game. Because you should be looking to just build a lead off of map play at the moment, if you're MOUZ, which they are. But at some point you do have to question if it is enough. And soon we will have to see if Laurel can get his hands on the bauble. Or what do you call it? Bobber.
Bobber?
Bobber Kurva.
Not to be confused with Bulba.
Bulba. He is here, of course. Saw him earlier,
You
actually.
click that, you get Storm Spirit.
That's true.
How it works.
you break that when in emergency, of course.
Uh-oh. Anchor applied to Laurel. We'll get out of it with the help of the Stampede as well. And Crystallis will be greeted by a Distiller. You like that item? It's a cool item.
I think it's a very cool item.
I like it quite a bit.
Very nice addition. I think as a baseline, Urn is already a super cool item. I love that, and I think just having like different upgrades also is
I think
very
Valve
good.
was just sick and tired of seeing Urns not be upgraded, because if it's not a good Spirit Vessel game, it's just like you have this dinky item.
It's true.
For the late game,
Yeah.
now you have something that actually has a lot of value. And it's okay. Enchantress will be taken out very swiftly here by Crystallis and company. Didn't mention the Nullifier, by the way, but that did come out quite a while ago for Crystallis.
I honestly like it. You know, against the Gold Scepter, you got the Taser, you got Glimmers available as well, just to be able to stick on those targets and kill them.
This is without Aegis, by the way, as MOUZ attempt to go high ground. Zeus now has Refresher. Collapse has BKB. They will give up mid lane, though. Collapse jumps up with the hoof stomp, but the BKB is there from Crystallis. Now with that, MOUZ will retreat.
Very early BKB there by Crystallis, which in most scenarios it's very good, but I think in this scenario you would actually rather just you get clipped by it, because I don't really think you're gonna die. But as long as they now hold their ground nicely, you can just wait. You can play for the next Roche respawn. I think you'll be very happy here as MOUZ. You got the mid-racks, you have a 10k gold lead. It's all in your control.
Spirit with the smoke.
Radiant are scanning.
As Roche going to get up about a minute and a half. Collapse. They find one. That's an easy kill. Don't have to worry about Grim for 50, which does not, unfortunately for them, align with Roche at all.
Mm-hmm.
Might allow them to take over the area. I also like that.
Better when Aegis is or Roche is being contested.
True.
Instead,
When the other team takes Roche.
right?
Oh, that guy's
kill
dead.
this time for mid one.
I like that Yotoro is going for like a full-on damage build. You know, no upgrade to the Maelstrom, no upgrade to the Dragonlance, just quick data list because you need it. Like otherwise you're not cutting through some of these heroes. Tide Razor, especially with living armor as well.
$7K lead for MOUZ is not growing. Is this a repeat of game number 1? Are we going to have a 60, 70 minute barn burner?
I think the game could definitely continue in like to that type of trajectory, but I have more faith in MOUZ this time around. I think also when you kind of throw a game away like that, you can have like some pretty good talks in between. And they also have, I would say, more forgiving heroes. Like Razor in nature is more tanky than a Monkey King. I think also Puck has like a lot of good things about it, and literally no cap. Like Laurel didn't get bobbled this game. It was a huge factor in the last game as well. Now about, you know, sure, he gets the Catalyst, which is very good on Zeus. But I think this time around, I just have more faith in MOUZ.
There's the sheep, though. For not me on the techies. And Collapse working on a... Oh, looks like he's upgrading his Blink for the Overwhelming.
Yeah. Did get to finish a BKB, which is very good.
All right, Collapse, where are you at, son? No, they're kind of far. This is not the fastest Roche, though.
They should have some time for this.
Yeah, they do have Stampede to close the gap as well.
And they have 2 Zeus ults in 15 seconds. I think if Spirit can delay it that much, they will be very happy.
They'll see that Roche is not low enough for them to have to do anything about it yet. This is good news for Spirit.
They can also fall back soon and farm with a couple heroes, because in 20 seconds, Roche will move.
Yeah, true. Yep, nobody's killing this nighttime Roche, that's for sure.
Yep. Just gonna scout the area, maybe play some Minesweeper with the illusions here.
Oh, they're actually going into the pit. Can they kill this in time?
If you can hold it here.
Oh, shit!
Dunk him.
Roche has been working out, and MOUZ not realizing that it will be turning today there. Mid one. Finds one and Collapse.
It would be nice if you could poke
is
something.
applied. Chrysalis are coming. They do have the Arcane Rune from mid one, and that is a huge rune for that hero to get. As the techies actually isolated, so just like that, it's a 4 versus 5 for MOUZ.
Yeah, I don't know how he ended up there. I guess he was looking to like maybe mine an area already before they get there. Good coil.
Oh, coil on the 3 heroes. Where's the follow-up, though? There's Chrysalis with a big plasmid field. There's the Stampede to follow, though, as
Nice
the
Lotus.
pops a huge Lotus, but will die nonetheless. Yotoro gets the 1 assassination, but it might cost him his life. Has to pop the Manta. Will retreat successfully.
Oh,
As the
what?
damage coming out from Laurel is absolutely destruction on the mid one's face. That came out of nowhere. He's down for 90 seconds, but there's a Ravage from Boom. Gonna get a second support on top of that, so 3 dead, 4 Spirit. But losing your Puck is huge.
2 gems. Ain't no biggie.
Toro trying to bait them out of the high
They
ground.
set up
About the BKB with the
No, he's
fire to
gonna do
follow.
Nimbus.
Panto into the stun from Zeus. Oh no, the Nimbus is absolutely completely decimating him in that engagement. Tries to blink in for the overgrowth.
They had at least 1 kill there.
Oh,
Like,
man.
he still had trio this entire time because, honestly, Yotoro played that fight quite well. Like, he was very patient with both his Manta and the BKB. Like, initially, he gets the kill here, and he just gets to fully disengage. Nothing is useful. Like, Panto can't really use his ult here at all. Like, even if it, you know, came out, there's no way you can do anything. But how did they get mid one? Like, Collapse just does it again. With some double Nimbus, they find the stun. Because again, this is the type of one where if you're MOUZ, you're looking for
right here.
Oh, this is so sad.
Panto. Oh dear. Oh dear boy. He has Agnum Scepter, by the way, so he would have gained a ton of HP as well.
If he found the right moment there, like maybe to the southeast, they kill at least one of those, maybe both of them. They have no escape against Overgrowth anymore.
Roche eventually taken out as Yotoro will get the Aegis.
Those are some of the big moments that they just matter so much. Like, especially when you're down, not just taking away the Aegis, but like getting it yourself is absolutely huge.
You know, it's a hilarious stat.
What?
That's definitely true. Collapse has probably had more stolen Aegises than not. How often would Collapse take their own Aegis?
Oh, very few times.
I definitely think he's stolen more than he's had himself, for sure.
That's so funny to think about.
It's quite rare to take it on an offlaner. Maybe if you have some Viper games.
If it's a Mar, maybe.
And like
yeah,
you go offlane, like you want to go high ground with like with Viper Shard and so on.
Hex is going to greet Boom. Octarine now for mid one.
Oh, 40 seconds for double Zeus ult, which it really hurts.
Yes, it does.
Okay, Collapse with the stun.
And he's going to get leashed now. Pops the Lotus, not going to do too much, but Rue is there to finish off the anchor as Crystal is trying to finish the job. Nice overgrowth. There's a Manta Stop from Yatoro trying to get to the high ground. He lives just barely. No, the first life is down and out. They kill off Collapse quite easily, and now Rue stuck in a horrific spot. And that's 3 dead for Spirit, and on the doorstep are MOUZ.
I Panther with a big redeem. Very, very big redeem. Like, all these kills just came straight from the back of his overgrowth. Gotta remember, there's definitely some beef on the line as he used to play with Spirit. Very important.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have been very embarrassing for him to blink into to the Nimbus.
That's why Laurel tipped him and laughed at him. Should be able to get a secondary set of racks
but
here.
You're seeing the lack of damage on building still a bit annoying for MOUZ for sure. As a nice Shackle shot onto one. The Razor taking a lot of damage from that focus fire. Trying to turn everything around onto Yatoro though. He's in a lot of trouble attempting to run away. The melee axe is still up, but he goes down to mid one's right click and he has no buyback here. They do kill off the Tide as well as Chrysalis on Razor.
Hey, mid one is just clowning on them.
As mid one with a triple kill in the enemy base. 4 dead for Spirit. As Collapse is a little bit too tanky maybe to get killed off here.
I mean, mid one's just trying to rack them.
Yeah, why not? Not doing that much damage to the buildings though. As Collapse just brushing off the damage overall here. Mid one just being a nuisance in the base, knowing that he's not going to be used to much effect here in this bottom side.
Mid one getting up that building damage.
Which is not much.
No, but eventually it does stack up, and that was a very good fight for them. Like, killing multiple heroes, you take the tier 3, you take the range racks, you get a buyback out of Collapse as well. There was a very quick hex from Not Me to like not die initially. And maybe even a bit of an overplay from Yatoro, but I think they needed him to like kind of man up. There's not many carries who would do this without a BKB, but ultimately it's what allows him to keep the racks alive. But yeah, these pucks in late game, it's just... If you don't have an answer for this hero and you don't make them buy defensive items, this guy just goes ham.
Can't believe Boom didn't pick up his fish in the midst of all that.
And that's sad.
Unacceptable.
Soon he's level 25 on Tide. We'll see, you know. Usually you want to have the Ravage if you're going to go for a refresher build.
Good attempt. Mid one's going to be fine here. It's Panto. Going to use the overgrowth. Now the TP though.
Nice play.
So Collapse with the BKB. Still has the Ghost Scepter. Is going for Lincoln's next. Wow, this is quite the build, I have to say.
Interesting. I mean, like, no anchor, no link. Like, maybe stack it up on Yatoro, help him out. I like that Panto's going for a very late pipe. It's not an item you see all that often, but honestly, when you play against Zeus, if anyone can squeeze it into their build, you really should do it. It's so much damage mitigation against this hero.
Tormentor number 6 going to go the way of MOUZ.
Yep. Spirit are, even if they win this game, they're not killing a Torm. There's no way.
Looks like Tree will get this one.
No, they're working for this one at least.
So all 5 again. Oh, nice Thunder God's Wrath. A double one means you get the double kill. That's how it works.
2k gold for this.
That is insane.
I mean, it is a classic. It's like the easiest time to use Zeus ult when you read that they just killed the Torm.
True.
Did have to use this refresher, so you've got like a good 80 to 120 seconds for MOUZ if you do want to do something by the time you respawn.
Just saw Wind Waker there for Boom. Getting to the late game scenario now.
Did take the Ravage stun duration as well, which I don't fault him for it. I think it's more important to actually get these heroes killed. And I think also after you go the overwhelming blink and maybe later you eat your axe, you can always go for the refresher to play for the double Ravage.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay, Coil, mid one. Gonna try to force some action here. Pops his BKB. This is just gonna be a kill. My goodness, mid one absolutely owning. He gets double tipped by his team. All right, this 17K lead, that I believe is the biggest lead of the series.
I think so. Unless it was like maybe towards some of the last minutes of the last game, but I do think that this is the biggest lead that MOUZ have had as well. And it's this time around, it's not as difficult, I think, to close it out. That's 70 seconds with no Larl. You're absolutely going to force it here. Either a buyback, you look for 3 racks.
I mean, Larl is doing a good amount of damage, but I don't know if this pick has really worked the way that they envisioned.
It's definitely been more weird. It's not very spirity in my mind.
And mid one, more pressure being applied. Chrysalis will finally get to hit some buildings again. Not enough to quite get that second lane. Nothing to do with his gush. There's the Ravage initiation onto 2 with a nullifier to follow. Chrysalis with the link as well. Trying to force step out is collapsed. The plasma field's not enough to finish the job, but they do get the lane regardless. As mid one creating space, as pucks tend to do at this stage of the game.
No, they got what they came for, and they're not done. Absolutely, like, why not? There's 20 seconds on Gnarl, like, respawning.
Gnarl?
Did I say Gnarl?
Big fan of that Gnarl guy.
Love Barl. Barl is respawning in like, you don't want a buyback with this little time on the clock, and you know it, so you can be very aggressive here.
Anchor comes out. There's the buyback onto the Zeus, trying to apply some pressure now onto the Chrysalis, but we'll get Yules thanks to the teammate, but burst damage a lot. He actually dodges one with a Manta, but it's not enough to sustain the rest of the damage coming out from Yatoro. So with that, MOUZ have to retreat. If this is all they get, that is not good news for Spirit.
That's not what you want. Got an A on disc as well on mid one. You've got the pipe completed now on Panto.
On a regen rune, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, MOUZ in a very good spot.
It's also 20 seconds for the next rune. Like, you can just camp around. Maybe there's an Amplify, there's an Arcane coming out if you want. Quick blink by Boom.
How does Hydra's Breath work with Focus Fire?
They can still split.
They split?
Yeah. It's just a normal auto attack that's really fast.
Oh, it's a normal auto attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, what did I test it on the other day? So obviously it doesn't work on like it doesn't work on illusions. And there was something else.
Oh, another quest. Oh, this would be a huge kill. Mid one popping the BKB, but there's the, I believe it was a Lotus and the heals coming out from Rue. TP successful, but look at how many members had to come and assist.
No, it's honestly, it's a very good place. Like, you can tell that there's a lot of confidence coming out from like some of the players in this game. I think even Collapse, like earlier when he's at the enemy tier 2 mid, he goes in, forces some people, and still gets the TP out. Like, they're just playing to the limit very, very nicely. They are looking for a silver adulator for Yatoro. He's got it queued up as they're eyeing Boom already.
Yeah, focus fire. Nice Wind Waker dodging the blast off. We'll use the anchor as well, and here comes mid one. That's who you have to really worry about. Not Me has a BKB. Will get away as a result. Now the focus is onto the Wind Runner.
He doesn't have
Thunder God's Wrath comes out, but Chrysalis comes in with the static link, and that is more than enough. 98 seconds. No Yatoro. As mid one should be able to finish the job onto the techies as well. So double kill for him. And even an Ags for Yamich. So we're going to see the Dark Portrait, which I feel like this game is not particularly good, actually.
Did a really good job, I think, just like not allowing Dark Portrait to be good. But, I mean, at this point, you can still just get it. Maybe get a Hex later. But yeah, mid one is, he's out of control.
Yeah, still had the coil up. Cancels the TP.
Gush it up.
Bit of an annoying kill, but they will eventually get Bambi. So that's 3 dead for Spirit. So Mega Creeps perhaps on the horizon.
Let's see if we get Megas versus Megas. Seems a little bit unlikely.
There's the buyback now for Rue.
Like this from Panto.
Will indeed be Megas. Now, will they push the envelope now? 40 seconds for Yatoro.
They absolutely should.
Okay, the jump in onto the edge, looking for the dieback. They get it. 100 seconds now for no Rue. Now the jump in from Collapse. Laurel with the refresher. Double Nimbus. Not enough to get the kill onto the Tide. The overgrowth to hold him in place. Thunder God's Wrath still not enough. Finally, he gets off the last round of spells as Laurel picks up 1, but it's going to cost him his own life. And now 2 minutes of no Zeus. And surely that should do it. Although Windrunner up in just a moment. They get one tier 4. Another coil onto 2. It snaps onto both of the Stampede to follow as mid 1.
Run.
Not worried at all about dying here. Gets hexed. Wow, that was very well timed. But Eon Disc is up.
Yatoro's in.
Yes, he is, and he's all alone. The focus fire to follow. Do they have the damage to get through this? The Centaur taking a ton as Collapse falls to the deck as mid 1 still alive and well, which basically means the game is for MOUZ as GGs are called. So it ends up being a split 1-1 between MOUZ and Spirit.
No, I'm happy for MOUZ. They looked very good already in game 1. I do